Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there. Welcome to the finale, part 1 of question mark of Zelda game. Maybe part 1 of 1. Could be part 1 of 2. Really depends on how much stuff we want to get done or how much we don't get through today. We are jumping in to our nice green room. It's back to being green.
It's green time.
Yay.
It's green time. It's been red for so long, and now it's green. Now that red's back.
Yay!
No.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
But yes, hello everybody. We are gonna jump into the room very shortly. Just saying out there, if this is the final game, thank you all for having this journey with us, with Zelda, with the entirety of the last 5 years of Zelda game. Well, roundabouts 5 years, you know what I mean.
It's fun.
You round up or down.
We're gonna jump in.
I'm rounding up.
And who wants to tell me what happened during the entire campaign?
You can't make me do it. You're allowed to sit here and just start making like a remix of We Didn't Start the Fire, and it's just like 3 heroes plus the rest going on a master quest, beating some Kakiri's gonna touch some eagle movies for 3 hours. Like,
Sounds good to me, honestly. No.
We didn't split the Triforce.
This has been a story of 3 individuals, turned 4, turned 6, turned 5, turned 4, turned back to 5. Throughout the course of this entire endeavor, these characters have made their way through the lands of Hyrule, forging bonds with all of the different peoples amongst them, righting wrongs throughout all the different kingdoms, and essentially, in the end, ending a cycle of life and death that is far too painful and thrown about in this Zelda adjacent world, that by the end they weren't sure how exactly they could go through until they found a very slight hope in the form of familial love that allowed them to have their badass final dungeon and murder a guy. The guy. The big bad man.
The Badmans.
For any actual talks of what happened, does anybody want to tell me what happened last game in particular?
Last session started off with, I believe, Rog whooping Ganon's ass for a little bit before he got his own ass whooped. He started strong, but he's a glass cannon of a boy. And after he got knocked out, Ganon moved on to the Divine Realm, where he got stuck in a doorway for like 20-30 minutes.
That is very true.
While everyone went
Door stuck. You know, like he was too big.
Door stuck.
We had our machine gun Jimbo over here, shooting things at him, being loaded up with just random stuff by his friends. We had Galen performing the massive fuck off nuke of a spell that he learned from his grandma, scribbled on a wall. Did like 300, 400 damage or some shit like that. It was crazy.
He fucking if I understood correctly, he doodled that shit onto his arm.
Looks to arm, blows up.
He was only able to do so. He was only able to do so because Ronan was able to fix that for him. And whenever he did it, he's like, "This is for you, Ronan," because from his perspective, he thought Ronan fell fighting Ganon. So
yeah, I forgot Ronan did that for him.
Yeah,
yeah, he and then he died, so he can really never use that spell again because he'll actually die next time. But yeah, he turned into a card after that, and everyone like Domrin and Marco and Marcus and Pika and Aga, like they all were fighting, doing a lot of good damage to him. But eventually he let off his big sword attack and killed basically everyone in the room except for, I think it was Zelda, Matilda, and Jason that retreated into the final room. And also Myro, who had a boss key on her, so she could just do that. And she's like, "Hey, Polo." So like, I didn't see fit to mention this earlier for some reason, but I can't. I can actually die here because the card magic didn't work on me. But I do have this little gem that can deflect Ganon's attack once. And when Ganon finally followed into the final chamber with Polo in it, she did that. She blocked it. I think I got a little bit ahead for a sec.
That's fine. That's fine.
Before Ganon
We can
got
skip
in
around
there,
a bit.
though, Clarity was like kind of dying. She was kind of like starving and dehydrating in there because the magic was just draining everything she had.
She was doing her best, man.
She was
Girl
doing
in
her
desperate need of
best.
a sandwich.
And fucking Polo was like, can you like bring everyone back here, or can you bring like the party back here? And she was like, I could try, but I need food. So she conjured up a kitchen for herself to cook Clarity some food.
Cooking mom music starts playing.
Made her like an omelet and some smoothies or whatever. Bunch of
It's
like
a Polo
fruit
dungeon. We
and
had to add some
stuff.
cooking into the end. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cooking minigame. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. And Clarity was able to bring back a bunch of people who had been turned into cards previously, and some who didn't turn into cards because they were frozen. And then then is when Ganon showed up, tried to kill everyone. Myra blocked it and almost died before Clarity was like, yoink, go to card mode. And Ganon went up, grabbed Polo, was like, give me this thing that your dad gave you. This,
Give me your
I want
iPad.
this. Give me your iPad. Give me your Wii U gamepad.
Give me your
And
Steam Deck.
yep, he took that from her. Only he didn't, because Clarity was like, haha, card trick again. I turned it into a card right before he crushed it. But he still got some of the power from it, I think, right?
Yeah, he still crushed it, but because he crushed it, it turned into a card. Just like if anything else would have died.
Okay, so she had already done the card magic on it.
Literally right before she had grabbed Polo and did it, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he crushed it, absorbed some of its power, I guess, and he created a final room of his own, which was this final like circle arena in the sky above Hyrule. And that is when all of the cards that Clarity had gathered together came out of being cards. It is also when a bunch of friends who were waiting in the wings came in. Our boy Polo sent up a signal from Zolaire into the sky that summoned our boy Clavier from the heavens.
I finally came back from the boss.
With his tiny master.
In Pog form, yes. My powerful master in Pog form.
Jasna also came down with her newly mastered boomerang.
She finally caught it.
Yep.
No one thought it was
Leader roll.
possible.
and also Donu over here with a bunch of Iron Knuckles and also Dark Nuts. And also Galen's grandma and the Bishop of War and Cality I'm just looking at it. I forget a lot of the people who came in.
Reading the
Blood Rust in
list.
general as well. There's a bunch of people came in to help.
Forgot Kuro and Rocket. What the fuck?
Kuro and Rocket as well. And yeah, heckin' at that point, once Marco and Faraday and Ronan were all in the same room, the little heart jar containing Ivori's heart in it popped open, and Marco was like, "It's time." And he jumped up at Ganon, and he yanked our boy out of him. He yanked
that thing clean.
He yanked our good boy Gorthos out of Ganon, along with Ivori, who was in there as well. She did once again. She did not see fit to tell us that that would happen.
And Volcircus Bones.
And
the
what?
mask. Volcircus Bones and the mask from
Majin's
what's
mask.
his face.
Also
Yeah.
popped
Four
out of him.
pieces that made the Ganon came out of him.
Yeah. And Gorthos had his whole maniacal laugh threat to the forces of evil right as we just decided it's time to all out attack Ganon. And we did. We all launched all of our various different attacks, magic, physical, musical, all kinds, and we defeated Ganon. We ended the cycle, and Green has returned to the world.
And Green is back,
Hold
baby.
on. Is Green back?
It fucking better be. We ended the cycle.
Ah.
Yay!
Yeah, cycle broke. Fuck you. We won.
But yes.
And he came. When Gorthos came back, he came back as his true self. He's re-immortalized. He has more lives now again.
That is a problem for everyone.
Now you're all fucked. Positive.
I know where the Shadow Temple is now. You can't stop me.
No.
But yes. In the end.
And then the ground fell out beneath us, and we all started falling.
In the end, everybody started hugging. Gorthos came down to hug people as well. Jasna and Polo got hugging. Everybody looked about. The Rock is still flying there. He's like, "What's up?" Did his bird song to help out with the thing he was doing. Everybody, for a brief moment, was fine until the area that was this dungeon seemed to collapse out from under them and begin to fall. It's really gonna suck for Hickory Dickory and Doc.
I don't think they were prepared for this. I would not call them aerodynamic.
Everyone.
I'll be falling. We went down.
Everyone. As you all fall throughout the large gap between the ground and the sky you were in. Clavier, this is around as far as you've ever flown, as high as you've ever flown.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Some of you will be able to right yourselves. Clavier for one, Rock for the other, potentially could be able to right themselves. As beings fell, speeding faster and faster toward the ground. But there wasn't really a need to. As everyone fell, they felt a sense that everything was going to be okay. There was no fear. There was a rush, adrenaline maybe. But as everybody stared downwards, some of them holding on to each other, some of them not, there was a flash of light. Coming from our resident goddess. as Zelda would let off a lot of power, spreading outwards and all around. Everyone is able to see the entirety of the land of Hyrule around them, completely intact. You guys can see the marchings of potential where the monsters and other beings had gone off to other places, but those areas repelled, most likely by the remaining Dark Nuts, Iron Knuckles, other forces off and around, the remainder of the King's Men. There's a resounding sense of victory as they see countless of the forces of evil running away from their spots they were going to, some of them rushing off into forests and lakes, into the mountains, back into the deserts. Each and every one of you would find any wounds or any problems that had occurred from you. For example, Hadar falling would see the large wound that he had gotten from the sword that was made to destroy immortals, seemingly fading as he's falling. As everyone finds themselves right above the ground, there's a sense of relief that goes over just about everyone here, as the cards from all around as well, the ones from all of the other people that would have been here, begin to spread out, and more people look as if they're laying upon the grass. A look of relief and contentedness on them. As briefly, or maybe longer, there is a comfortable rest that happens as everyone stares upward to the sky, the red color of it completely draining from it, and a restful nap seems to come over them all. As it does. Who knows for how long? But over the course of the next little while, more and more creatures will begin to stir. It takes a while for most of you, in particular, to awaken. Porthos, it's weird, sleeping.
You get used to it.
The 5 of you. Polo, Porthos, Marco, Ronan, Jasna. Clavier's fine. Don't worry about him.
He sleeps like a baby. Aw.
He's sleeping on top of all circuits, also he can't get up. It's very funny.
Function.
You guys find yourselves awakening. A few other people surrounding you as well as you awaken. Those people include Vega, Hadar, Gallon, Obera. Where's he at? Hold on. Let me grab him. You're gonna ask for him. You're gonna ask for him. I know. Hosier.
Good.
Hosier! Call my bitch over!
Zelda. Kuro. Z. Several people would be there, including, as Polo, you wake up last thing you remember, you held on to Jasna as Jasna appeared back in front of you, and then were all scooped up by Gorthos before the fall. You note that Gorthos and Jasna, they seem to be holding on to you.
There appears to have been a mishap.
Huh. Now it's just getting silly.
And again, everyone, as you wake, you look around, you see people moving off and about. You see several of the different collective of people that were around, seemingly getting people together, making rounds, going back and forth from potentially Castletown to the Zora domains to other places. You see that there has been a bit of an infrastructure set up in this almost makeshift camp that has rose up in this area. For any kind of visual of this makeshift camp, we do have a camp, and I will be using it.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is not the camp that this 100% is, but it works, so we're gonna.
So whatever.
It's about the vibe, not the structure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You gotta vibe
yeah.
check it.
I was about to say I couldn't find it, but then I found it. So we're all good. Vibes are back.
Yeah, this passes the vibe check.
This passes the
Whoa.
vibe check. It passes the vibe check. We just gotta get it all down there. It's fine.
It doesn't, it doesn't,
It's fine,
It
it's
doesn't
fine.
pass
Don't worry
that
about it.
goddamn.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Easy fix.
Is it?
We just pick everyone up.
It's still.
Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. We just pick everyone up, and then we unlock, let it fall, and then we carry it over. It's fine. We made it. We did it.
It was so easy.
It was the easiest thing we've ever done in our lives. I'm glad everyone did it.
It was a group
Believe
effort.
me, I did my part.
Yeah.
There are so many people over in this corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. As people would be waking up, looking off and around and about.
As everyone wakes up, I
One
like to
Polo
think,
still sleeping, one Polo awake.
I like to think that as people are waking
Yeah,
up,
2 for
you're
1 while
all
I wasn't looking, or what is?
we just say that Gorthos has held on to everyone with a vice grip.
See, that's
We're
why
all stuck.
none of them. That's why nobody here is inside of a tent or anything. You see, that's why a tent has been erected around them.
Because there is a Gorphos in the moment.
Occasionally just waking up, like,
Let's get people around. It's like, you know, like there we go. We get people off and
Hard to
about. Get
breathe.
Koro over here.
he just growly looks up. Oh, right. He puts you all down.
Yeah, maybe ease up on the grip a little.
There's literally just a
Oh,
hosier
jeez.
that's been probably awake since the beginning of this. He's just been like looking off and away. Let me go. Let me go right now. I don't know how I woke up here. I can't teleport away from you for some reason. Oh, look, Myro's here.
Yeah.
And Myro's here too.
I didn't even have Myro there, but they're
She's, like,
here.
right here. But yeah, she's here too. It's fine.
He just puts everyone down. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What?
Wait.
Hi, Polo. Hi, Polo.
It was silly when Link did this. Now this is just getting
Hold on,
ridiculous.
there's 2 of you. It seems I'm not.
Wait.
You know.
It shouldn't be too much of a worry. I had to end up tapping into a lot of power to save everyone from falling. Zelda just, at this point, just laying into Gorthos's tail.
That doesn't help explain. She's like, oh, okay.
That does not explain.
Right. Well, I suppose, through my own efforts and through the efforts of those about me who I had attempted to mess about with, the only ones I could reach out to were, well... They motion over toward Polo and then over toward Ronan. The two gods that were residing within you.
Master
Looks-
Zola?
You see, as you say that, the Polo that is laying on the other side of Jasna somewhat stirs. Hey, Squeaky.
Yeah.
Zolaire, you wake up.
Oh no, you get the Anthony treatment.
On the field.
Wakey, motherfucker.
He's a new she.
You are beginning to wake. You were so tired before, Zolaire. And for some reason you feel a whole lot better now, though. You feel better than you felt in months.
Oh, wow, it's been a while since I felt so good. Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, that's nothing.
What's everybody looking at?
Polo, you're awake! Grab Zolaire. Oh, this is wonderful.
No.
Oh, Polo, we need to do something with your hair. And your nails.
Oh, please help me. Oh, please don't let him do it. Please, no, please.
And your nails are looking dreadful.
Oh, that's funny.
Paulo, please don't let him do this again. Please, no.
Oh, Galen, you menace. Picks up Galen.
I'm going to need an explanation. Is there another Ronin as well that we are not aware of?
Looks around. Looks on your leg.
If you're looking for the other one, they woke up before all of you. Hosier is still hanging there in Gorthos's hand.
I didn't actually.
There is actually another one.
I asked the question ironically.
I believe that it is not a Ronin you should be looking for.
Who is it that we should then look for?
You just see him point over toward Obera.
There's a
That
You just see that. Obera looks over, just lightly, playfully taps on your shoulder. Don't get excited.
I mean, when you really think about it, it makes sense. It makes sense. A goddess would go into the body of a woman and make another woman. That does not explain you.
Or those always assume that these kinds of things are more fluid than set in stone.
You know, my
Also
knowledge is
explains nothing,
limited.
actually.
My knowledge, okay, so my knowledge is a little bit limited.
I believe
little
that
bit.
it must have been the fact that it was me who was using their energy. They must have went into forms that were better representative of myself and my form. I'm glad that they didn't end up with my face again.
Oh no. There's too
I mean,
many
it
of
would be really
that.
funny to have more people with your face around.
Blake didn't even look like you when he first. How did this happen? Jeez.
I believe that because of that place that your father made, a lot of different rules were sort of entangled in that. One of which being just the fact that it was the only place where those type of miracles could even occur. And that is not the only place. I brought gods into flesh before. You can let me go.
Puts down.
Ah.
Yes, but this didn't
Gently.
require any sort of conduit, like with the other two goddesses.
Polo, come on! You can make it. You can hype me up. grabs other Polo. Don't be like
you know
that,
exactly who you're talking to.
Polo, you can
Well-
hype me up. Come on.
Gorthos had to assume if we need a conduit, perhaps that's the heart, plaque, device thing.
Hmm.
Incidentally, do you still have that? Gorthos would love to learn how to make another one of these.
Oh, my father's heart?
In the dungeon, but the heart too.
It is because of my father's heart that the dungeon was able to exist.
Does Gorthos still have one of those?
Polo,
I-
you look down toward the heart that you hold, the tablet that is there. You do find that the screen is somewhat faded. That being said, it still seems to have a bit of a brightness to it. Not only that, you do find that there is a string of words along it as well.
Oh,
These words that you look down, you have to get at a good angle. Think like an old-timey like handheld
LCD
system.
screen, you have to kind of,
Yeah.
But
tilt it.
as you finally look to it and you tilt it, you do find that there is a small message that will begin to fade now that you are starting to read it, because why not? But it does say, like this heart, I will always be with you.
hmm. I see. I don't know what you could glean from this, Gorthos. But it seems he is still here in a way. Although I'm not sure it'll be granting any other miracles anytime soon.
It should be a miracle in itself. As Hadar steps forward again, you see his shoulder that had the big deep cut from the wound. Just again perfectly fine, but as he looks over, like everything else that Father left us, those things have great, tremendous power on their own. While it may not have potentially Father's self there anymore, it is still something that should work in your hands.
It does still draw upon my own power, I see. Or at least it seems, but, I think it needs some time to recharge.
Well, it's best you keep it then.
Yeah, we can
Well,
figure
that's
out how to
probably
charge it or whatever. We'll figure it out. Magic or something, right?
It's
I'm not
more-
against you looking at it, Gorthos, but I think that right now there isn't much to glean from it.
Oh, I know how to give it a charge. I can capture lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, like this one right here.
Like that one.
He gave it to me so long ago, and I never used it.
I'm gonna hide behind this, brother.
Brother.
They've chosen sides.
He just looks over. Brother. Another. Sister.
Get spine
I
crushed.
got it.
Well, it's more blessed that it has no charge. Forgive him. He's a little off. He has only just gotten back.
Forgive
It's clear
me
that
that
such-
we will always be looking at your shins at all times, Gorthos.
That's fine.
We need a Gorthos cam.
I just imagine he's just been cross-legged this whole time, just sitting
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's
Let's
his angle?
get
Was
it.
it the
Let's get it to where we can get his
calcium,
angle. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we are.
basically.
Now we can get his face. Now we can get his face.
Okay, sure.
He's just mid backflip the whole time.
But in terms of miracles, Gorthos has made plenty, and honestly, the 4 miracles your father has performed so far seems more than enough. I rob his children of any of them.
You put in plenty of work.
It's all yours to do what you want, obviously.
Well, it is my father's heart, but it doesn't mean that we know how he came to get to this point. Maybe you did create this in a way, and you just can't remember how you did it.
I think he remember crossing paths with someone named the Demon General of an Eddy era.
Well, he probably wouldn't have told you.
Maybe he learned something from something he left behind. Only gods only know how many pieces of information Earth has left scattered across this world. So disorganized.
Yes, you're all amazing. Hosier just sort of crosses his arms, looking about.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're great too.
Those recalls you putting in quite a bit of work behind Gavin's eyes. Awful place.
The best I could do was make sure that kid wasn't harmed. But I appreciate it.
Impressive how you did it. Come on, give yourself some credit here.
Oh, I give myself plenty of credit. While all of you are going to be very important in the now, what I have is going to be very important for the future, from what I understand. He looks to his hand as like a little bit of that stringy darkness comes up from it that you had given him. I have to hold on to this for future generations, apparently. So,
You sure do.
I'm fine with this.
Such power is not to be played with lightly. You've become quite adept at it. Gordon is very impressed.
Thank you. You kind of taught me.
He has vague recollections of that. You still need to spread your legs abroad more. You could have gotten more distance, but that's not.
And if I wanted more of that, I wouldn't be here.
Forgive him, he couldn't resist. He's been locked away for so long. In such a dark place.
Speaking of power, though, they motion over toward Marco. What's that? Marco, you look to your arm. As you do, you see that there is a golden shine on the back of your hand. Similarly, the same thing is happening with Ronan and with Polo.
Oh yeah, the Triforce bit.
Oh.
You find that as these three golden shines seem to arise up, all three of them seem to shine forth with a golden light, and these three pieces of the Triforce of Power seem to somewhat peel off from the backs of your skins. As they do, they seem to collect themselves together into a single triangle in front of each of you. As this happens, you do find that the breakings, the lines that you have remembered seeing from the broken Triforce of Power seem to be completely gone. Potentially meaning that maybe it had something to do with some part of that miracle. Either way, the three of you do feel that power begin to wane and leave you. As this golden power that seemed to rise up around all of you and seemed to somewhat go forward in front of you, seems to, for a second, turn in its new complete form and then not shatter again, because that would suck, but sort of disperse into a shower of sparks. As you no longer feel the connection of the Triforce of Power.
Oh, that's power gone. Probably back to that room, maybe, or Sacred Realm, wherever those things go.
You also find a similar shower of golden sparks happening from all around the camp. You see bits and pieces of things seemingly expunging themselves from all over. You find there is a squawk coming from a familiar squawky voice as a small piece of what appears to be the Triforce seems to come up not only from Volcircuit, but also from the bones left behind from Vol Circuit and the mask left behind, what appears to be the full Triforce of Wisdom seems to somewhat rise up and also sparkle about. As high above the camp, you guys see these strange showers of sparks seem to collect themselves. Finally, the final one seemingly rising from all over different parts of the camp and potentially parts of Hyrule itself. You see collecting itself at the very last bit of it, what appears to be the Triforce of Courage. As the three of them collect, there is a somewhat shower of golden light that goes around from these sparks as the Triforce itself disappears. There is a sense, Gorthos, that you can have. Maybe it's because of your close connection with Zelda, but Zolaire and any other godly beings around here would also feel that this seems to be the Triforce somewhat potentially returning to something akin to the Sacred Realm. Not the Sacred Realm itself, but something akin to it.
Oh.
And the final thing, and this is something that could potentially be a little sage, but because it is no longer needed, you do find, Marco, that the sword that you hold seems to also begin to fade from this time.
And here I was thinking I had to go put it back on the pedestal.
As it fades, you do find that the blade seems to leave you with a strange feeling. As you look to the blade one final time, you swing it a little bit, you find that you do feel like you remember exactly where that pedestal is. You in particular, you feel like if you ever needed to, you could return to the Lost Woods and find exactly where the Master Sword is resting. Whether it be this time or another, that blade, you feel like you could always go and return it to you in any time of need. Or, if Hadar and Vega get too rowdy.
You know, I just need,
Like a
they get
mosquito
rowdy.
spawner.
He goes like,
Hadar and my sister start fighting, and I have to clean up the mess.
Don't make me go get the Master Sword again. I'll do it.
it's just the highly version getting the fucking chocolate out.
It's just a rolled up newspaper.
Yeah, exactly, like a chancla.
Marco will smile at that as he raises up the final bits of it before it completely disperses up, towards the sky. Just looking at it as it fades.
There's a little Zolaire.
And stay out. I swear, every time it gets here, something bad is gonna happen.
So we can go get it again. I can go get that right now if I want to.
No, don't do that.
I know
Maybe do
exactly
that.
where it is.
I'm mostly talking about the Triforce. Come on.
Oh, well, what can you do about that? It's going back to wherever it's supposed to be. He supposes that means there's no wish for us, but that was only a hunch.
I think we got it.
I think we've had enough wishes, honestly.
With all the miracles that just happened around us, I think I'm all wished out.
Agreed.
I'm just glad we didn't have to scour the entire country finding the last bits of courage.
Oh, could you imagine? Gorthos is not looking forward to digging in the sand for that one. He would have done it, but still.
Same.
But it does bring up the question that, Master Zolaire, what are you going to do with a mortal form?
Zolaire, as you look down at your form, as you look to your hands, there has only ever been one, at least to your knowledge, before the hijinks of Gallon, that has ever been a god or goddess in mortal form, and it never was something that you really felt you needed to do. That being said, it doesn't completely get rid of all of the pain that you have felt from the events that had happened or any of the things going on, but just like the other two goddesses that seem to get these forms, it does seem to bring up a sense of wanting. Maybe you could make the most of this mortal form before returning to your duties.
Well, unfortunately for the intern, it's going to be a bit of a hassle and a half to be running the sacred realm all themselves. But, I mean, well, until your bow got involved, it's not like any old god was just able to come down and have a mortal form. So, I guess, make the most of it. Travel, do a bunch of shenaniganry. Oh, don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything crazy to make everyone think that the Demon Queen is running amok.
Yeah, I was gonna
Don't
say,
worry.
if you start making some noise, we might have to come get you.
I mean, for one thing, I don't need these to see. Just takes off the glasses and throws them to the side. I don't need these.
As you take off the glasses and throw them to the side, you realize you need them to see.
Okay, actually, wait a minute. Where did those go?
You just like throw them off to the side.
Defects.
You like throw them off to the side. You stand confidently, and you're just like, "Wait, okay, I do need those." I'm imagining, you know the thing that happens in like cartoons whenever they don't have their glasses. It has like those weird kissy eyes or whatever.
The little kissy face fucking eyes. Yeah.
It like goes from like a confident look to just fades into those and like, wait, I do need those.
Okay, actually, okay. Well, wow. How do you do this? Okay,
just crouch down, start looking for them.
Heard.
A perfect copy.
Okay, the point being, as they're just feeling around, I guess I can just do what mortals do. I mean, I guess make new memories to make the old ones a little bit easier to deal with. I mean,
From one immortal turned mortal to another. To live happily and have as many regrets as you can muster. It proves you lived a life worth living.
I mean, I already had several regrets when I was a god.
Even better. You know exactly what to
You
do.
can always rack up more.
Oh.
Strange.
I mean, it is going to be a little bit. Just looks around their body again. Different from last time, I guess, more or less. Some things missing, some things added.
It's all right. I've been training you for this. All the times you woke up as Polo, you know exactly how to beat her now.
And the first thing I'm doing is getting a haircut.
Exciting.
Why?
Both those had hair once.
Really?
Oh.
It was a long time ago.
Well, I mean, if you want a haircut, I suppose I can style up some something to do with it.
I'll think about it.
Polo.
6 feet.
Polo.
What? What do you want me to say?
Put in a good word with you.
I think I put in a good word with you. They knew what you've done. They were there.
Exactly.
Get
Say
them
things that make you like me to them.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh, how did we get this far?
Somehow, through gumption, through shenanigans.
I suppose
Kind of exactly like this.
I suppose this means I probably have to return to the Lost Woods then. You see Z sort of float out over. By the way, when you do see Z float out over, most of you see.
No, we can't see you anymore. No,
What?
you're just a ball now.
Oh, hold on.
Oh. I'm glad that you're no longer concerned about being seen.
Yeah.
Well, it's by you guys, you know? It's sort of a voluntary thing usually. Whatever was happening out in the world made it involuntary. So I'm glad I can go back now, at least.
Hmm.
But I should probably start watching over the next Deku tree.
Right. Forgot
No,
about
but with Hickory Dickory and Doc in the Lost Woods too, then he's sure that the Deku tree will have plenty of company.
We'll have to go put them back. They're not in the Lost Woods anymore. We took them with us.
You just see off a little bit away from the camp, just on the other side of like the walls, the hastily put up walls that are over here, just Hickory Dickory and Doc just off in the corner.
They've got a very
Oh,
small
oh.
That is huge.
Yeah, it is.
That is huge.
We'll figure that out later.
They did so well.
it. You really did.
The panic and confusion Ganon felt was delectable there.
Why, it feels like only yesterday that we put that sapling into the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow so fast.
I'm surprised it worked out for you and you didn't get eaten for them, so.
That wasn't
Well-
what this was expected too.
It was a wonderful
Well,
gamble.
Sorry for ever having doubted.
Yes.
I mean, any being can be tamed if given kindness.
Especially when, you know,
I suppose.
it literally grew out the ground as a newborn. It's pretty easy to tame it.
Mhm. As well as to accustom its palate.
Sunput Studio, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated.
Hey,
and also thank you for the follows, guys. We're in the finale of our campaign. If you want to catch up with it,
Yeah, so.
if you want to catch up with it, go to the YouTube link below on the chat.
Yeah, you got about 4 years to catch
Watch
up.
all 153 sessions and then watch this tonight.
Just
or
follow the
if
string,
you don't
it's
give
fine.
or if you don't give a crap, watch the epilogue. It's fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Come and chill, whatever.
We do have a YouTube. It's a button in the description.
You can go to the mods. That's where the mods are.
I think that one thing we should do is see if there's anything we can do around here. Get things settled back at home. I don't know. See if there's anything else we need to check out. We are champions after all.
We are more than that. We are heroes now. Heroes of the entire realm. Big responsibilities, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's gonna be harder because we don't have our doors anymore. Now we have to travel.
Well, those misses
Well, that's
traveling
always
the
fun, though.
countryside.
I've
You're
been
right,
traveling
it is
around for
fun.
years. It's super fun.
I know I was being facetious.
Also, if we have the god of the earth on our side, we can get anywhere we need in no time.
Exactly.
That is true.
He still thinks that man should push back the hair on just a little, just to make it easier for her.
I mean, he's a god, so I imagine that he just wills it invisible to his eyes so he can just see.
Well, it's not for his sake, it's for Sierra's. Anyway.
I saw them having a bit of a conversation whenever everything was settling down. But
What?
then Ganon showed up.
Oh, before.
In the dungeon. Okay.
Oh, boy, that was just worried we had to get enough. You thought Dompin was alone up there for a minute. Oh, God forbid that.
It would be very funny if he were to be alone up there for a bit. For just a generation, he has to deal with all of the issues as a newbie.
Dompe just becomes the new just omni-god. The all-father.
All the power he wants, but none of the evil inside him is to use it for bad.
Who knows what happened? I mean, who can say?
You still taking that curse off his arm. Anyway.
Who can say what happened up there with all those spicy little gods and goddesses and such?
Well,
Why are you saying it like that?
that's it. Though, he is glad this all worked out as well as it did. He really wasn't sure if he was going to die inside Ganon when he dispersed or not, but ever the clever bunch you are. Especially surprising to see you return, Jasna. It was
I think I
nice.
was just going to miss you guys going in there and defeating the big bad.
He wasn't sure.
I was only fighting a hey by myself for like what it felt like forever.
You ran into that. It
Only
was
for it to be
horrifying.
what carried away like it's a giant pickle.
Yeah, that's our friend now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
I've
somewhere
noticed.
out there chilling.
Yeah.
I've noticed it didn't eat you.
Yeah, we're good buds.
Yeah, me and Jasna were off talking with the Iron Knuckles, and if it was not for Jasna, we would not have came to any kind of decision there. Also, I think it was fine when they just sort of overpowered them and became the leader.
That makes sense.
And Jasna's like, I
Good.
didn't become the fucking leader, all right?
Good.
I
good. I'm
didn't
glad
say
that.
that.
You're really stepping up, Jasna.
If we are to be as trivial as possible about it, that's what happened, I suppose.
Oh yeah, and thanks
You're
for the
a
song,
bit-
by the way. It came in real handy.
Oh really? I wait. Just thinks about it for a second.
Jasna's like, you used the gaslight song?
Your ambition has been growing since we last met. He's glad to see it.
If you used it and nothing has happened that's bad, I suppose that's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I used it to undo the song of the big gross monster thing.
Oh, yeah, that's probably important. Yeah, you saw it. It's disgusting.
Oh yeah, there were like two of those guys apparently.
You
I'm
saw
so
two?
glad I wasn't in
I
there.
saw 2 of them.
Yes, the word was horrifying. He didn't think those could exist anymore.
Yeah, me neither. It's good of their point.
Yes. The depravity of evil knows no limit. Or fashion sense. Seriously.
So, do y'all want to take any bets on how long it'll take for another, like, monster evil thing to rise up to try to take over the world or something? I've got at least, like, 100 rupees in 100 years it'll happen.
It's gonna take a while for him to get down from the moon.
What?
I don't mean
What?
the one on the moon. I meant in general.
No, you know about that.
If you want to put bets on the moon, yeah.
Oh yeah, moon's haunted.
Hold on. Moon's, what does that mean?
The moon
Hold on,
is
what does he
haunted.
mean?
Oh yes, apparently there is another
He's-
demon general locked on the moon.
I'm not.
Probably the only one.
Father,
Probably the only one that exists that is not technically an undead.
Father sealed it away.
But no, Gorthos needs to build the skyboat he saw on the rift. Gotta go up there.
Maybe
I'm
it was
gonna
yours.
do
Maybe
that
it
anyway.
What is it, one of the sun too? Is that what you're gonna tell him next?
No,
Good.
No, the sun's right here.
I would know if there's something in the sun.
Is there?
I
I don't know.
I
So
mean, it
there's a
makes
ch-
sense.
So
Not
you're
their,
saying there's
not
a
their
chance.
territory at the moment. Not their territory. They don't have to worry about
pretty
it.
sure.
Not their business.
I'm pretty sure circa before everything happened that I had to attach myself to Polo's soul. So as of around a couple months ago, I'm pretty sure there was nothing there. And that's possible. It's really hot up there. Like if you think the Gerudo Desert is hot, you'd have no, the sun's
Oh, he's been inside
Go there.
Death Mountain.
I wonder if I can
Desert's
put it in a
hot.
bottle.
Please
The
don't.
sun?
The sun?
I didn't put anything else in a bottle.
We might need a bigger bottle.
We kind of
No.
need that.
They
You'd be
usually
surprised.
size themselves down to the bottle.
Sun in a bottle.
No, everybody, stop.
What?
You just
Gorthos only
see
theorizes.
a swift chop to Kuro on the back of the shoulder, and then a swift chop to the side of Gorthos as Obera's just like,
Ow.
stop this nonsense right now.
Ow, his thigh bone.
We're done with this. We're done with that
Maybe
conversation.
bringing in an eternal limp is not the best idea.
I mean, it is a very, very ambitious thing for you to want to do, Kuro. But the problem is that if doing so will send this world into an eternal winter.
Curb
Yeah,
all
don't
of your
become the
curiosities
next
right now.
Great evil we have to.
Well, that would be ironic.
I don't
No,
know.
so
I
sorry.
mean, the two of us are pretty bad. Grabs Kuro's shoulder, grabs Zolair's shoulder. You never know what us brothers can do.
Gorthos knows she wants to blow yourself up again with that spell.
You were not supposed to talk about that.
Good job on casting it.
You know, that is something you did do, actually.
You should really, really be worried about your grandmother finding out, and I'm pretty sure she already knows.
So we
Well,
can just
I guess
tell
that's one way-
we can just tell her that I perished in the fight, right?
I guess that's one way to
No.
ensure that one male Gerudo gets remembered.
Alan, you may want to just run. She will be after you.
She's
I'm
old.
sure we could.
She's old. I'm
I'm sure
faster.
we could talk to
No.
her mother. She'd understand. It was a very dire situation that we needed it in.
See,
Yeah, you
this
came out
polo gives results, and that's why it's my polo. They don't just tell me bad things are going to happen. Other polo.
Now that I'm in this
Blair.
uniform, you and I are gonna have to have a long talk about him. I'm just
Don't
saying.
listen to her.
Maybe you
Don't
should.
listen to her, good polo.
I'm only going to say that maybe you should have taken some more time to delegate your chosen knight. I mean, look at this one right here. Points to Kuro.
I do have a shield. It's somewhere around here.
Look at that. You already comes like 50% assembled.
Honestly, Kuro's a pretty good knight. Neither of you are knights. I'm the closest thing to a knight here.
Hey.
You've had knight training. I doubt you've been knighted. Have you been knighted?
Either he's united or he's been in the body that was.
You don't know how many kings your kingdom's had, do you?
They could be different types of knights.
So you're saying in the current regime you have not been knighted?
He's become a champion.
We all
I
have
thought
no
being-
champions.
I thought being ordained a champion was similar to being knighted. Is it
Nah,
not?
it's cool. Hold on.
Not really, but
Hey, bigger gallon guy. You know my name. I know I was saying it for fun. You are now a knight of the Demon Kingdom.
a demon knight. Hmm.
Ooh.
I can do that. I'm the king right now. Well, for a little while until I pass it over.
Well, he has a point.
Does have a point. Suppose I'm a knight now.
That
Congratulations.
definitely comes with all the titles, the land, all that stuff.
Yeah, we got land and stuff, probably. Yeah.
Congratulations, Kuro, your own land in the demon country.
I'll start mapping out land.
Gorthos can't express enough how much he missed all of you.
We missed you too. Gives him a hug.
I
missed
suppose
you
we can
so
hug
damn
your
much.
tibia. You're kind of tall.
As
Every time
everybody,
I see you,
as
you get
everybody just
taller.
starts going and hugging Gorthos, you just see Zelda like get off of the tail and then just like cross arms. You're right. You can never tell us. So start now.
He reaches back, picks up, hug. You really did thought he died back there.
You did.
Gave up.
You did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Kinda.
Gave all he could left to those bodies, hoping that they would do more than he could at that point.
Everyone did a lot. And we
Yeah, you
actually
should
made Brock.
Mm,
Brock.
Brock.
He's a new friend of ours.
You know,
Elnath couldn't quite make it, so Brock it came to exist.
a new soul, and he now exists. Technically, I guess he would be your son, in a way.
I mean,
Is that how that works? Looks at Zelda. Is that how that works?
I will accept Brock as my son.
Congratulations, you two. You have a fully formed adult son.
Happy family, why not?
they grow up so
Oh.
fast.
Oh, Zelda, are you finally making a move after all these years?
Well, I mean, mortal lives are short, right?
We just took a short cannon. Look at
Just make sure to moisturize.
that. Well, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Hey, you want to hear my new song?
Hmm. Oh, new one. Where'd you pick this one up?
What's that?
Where'd you pick this new one up?
Oh, it's an original.
The first
Oh.
unique song made by the new Oracle of the Land.
Oracle of Peace.
Oh.
I'm meaning Oracle in the lands. Like the
Oh, I
lands
see.
here.
Oh, gotcha.
Warthos would love to hear your song.
If you'll grace us.
Just because there's two of me now doesn't mean you have to start like correcting me.
Sorry.
Oh, is the one that came? Wait, Gorthos has a question. The one that split from Ronan, do they have green scales or are they black scales like Ronan's?
They went off that way.
He
I
needs
was
to
still
know
here.
this.
I
He's so
barely even
curious.
noticed. I just saw a River Zora moving off in that direction.
What if they're
I
red
mean,
like
it looks
Gorthos
like-
fish?
If it looks like Obera, but it does have Ronan's coloration, that would be pretty funny.
If it's around, we can just look.
Song first, though. He's so excited to hear this.
All right. Hope you enjoy the Song of Gorthos. And he will play it.
Oh. You guys, I will say for this scene, you guys all listen to Ronan's song. You guys basically get yourselves to your feet. You guys are eventually brought into the understanding that the people around have been basically setting things up to return to the different places. Most peoples have gotten themselves ready to move about to help out any other places that are still having issues with monsters, though there are very few at that point. You guys would be brought into understanding that the different rulers have returned to their lands, awaiting their peoples to return. One thing you guys would take note of it has apparently been a day since you guys have fallen.
24 hours.
So hungry, so thirsty.
Whenever you guys sit through and have more of your conversation, more of your things going down, eventually you guys are getting yourselves ready to begin to give aid. As the champions of Hyrule, you guys begin to start to use whatever influence you guys can push forward to attempt to give some kind of help, even though a lot of times you are turned away like, no, heroes, go rest. It does take people to mess about with things. For the rest of this period, you guys essentially are told by people that they can handle most things, that you guys should rest, you guys should go about things, and if you have anything you'd like to do in the camps to help, then you definitely can do that while everybody does their parts. I would like to know, while you guys are helping out, while you guys are getting things settled, while you guys are going off and about, you would find that there are several mages off and about who are attempting to help with transportation and the like. You would also find that Shefos, where's he at? I believe he's over here. He went that way. Big old dog boy. Where's that dog? There he is. You would find that Shefos appears to be giving aid to get people to different places. It turns out that he is still kept some of their ability of being able to shift people off and about at different places. Again, though, it is difficult for him to do things for more than a day, but he is doing his absolute best to shift people around and do things that he needs to do to get done. He does also explain to you guys, despite your guys' thoughts before that, he should, from what he feels, be able to repair the dwelling once he is returned. So you guys could be able to use your network of doors still. All the ones that were not destroyed at the very least.
Wow.
That being said, as you guys help with the camp, move yourselves off and about to potentially get back to Castletown, to get Shefos back in their spots and get things going off and about, you have many interactions with the townsfolk, with the townspeople. You would find that King Magnus is letting basically everybody know of the things that happened back in Hyrule. You guys would be told you can return to King Magnus to have any sort of talks you might have at any point. He does not expect you guys to basically be there at all. However, he is essentially just going, these are our heroes. They've done such a great thing. They deserve to do whatever the fuck they want to. We're not having like a big celebration specifically here for them.
And thus, this king had learned, luckily for Gorthos, the king that learned the lesson of the last king. He told Gorthos that.
I would like to know that once you guys do get back to your home, which looks a little bit worse for wear, the streets of Hyrule look like they did get marched through by several monsters. But again, the outside of your place was never great to begin with.
It was a fixer-upper.
It's a fixer-upper. You guys might be able to fixer-upper more now.
Yeah.
And as you guys get yourselves settled and about, and Shefos does seem to, for their spots, be able to at least reignite the magics that were within. I would like to know if there's anything each of you would like to do amongst each other, amongst any allies you guys may want to go and check out. And again, I mentioned this to you all as players. This can last as long as we need to. I do have an ending to this campaign. There is a somewhat of an ending that we can rush ourselves toward. But if you guys have any people you want to hang out with, if you have any conversations you'd like to have with each other, if you guys have any conversations we'd like to have with them, with anybody in particular, let's start. Let's get some good things going. First off, I would like to know what Gorthos thought of the Song of Gorthos.
Yeah, what's the feedback? Come on, let's hear it.
I think that hearing his own actual song might have brought him to tears.
Oh.
And he loves it.
You can cry?
Yeah, sure.
He's been. It's.
I'm done asking. I've been done asking them this kind of question.
If he can eat, he can cry.
That is true.
He, throughout all these lifetimes, he never thought he'd ever have his own. The Song of Healing is there, but that was its name before Gorthos ever showed up. Thank you, Ronan.
I wanted to make sure that what happened before never happened again. I didn't want your name and all your deeds to fade away. They deserve to be remembered. So do you.
Thank you. He ensures that this time around, the world will never forget him, no matter how hard they try.
And they may try in some cases.
Joke's on them.
I'll go to each of you, if we do not mind.
Yep.
We will have round robin, go through something from everybody here. We will also have a thing at the very end where we maybe have like a bit of time all together, maybe discussing some things that happened during times. And then we'll do another round robin. And then we'll do another round robin. And then we'll do another round robin. And then until we're done.
Forever and ever.
Until we're satisfied.
Until we are done.
Couple sessions, 3 or 4, I think that'll be enough.
I'm gonna go.
Second Castle Tower, let's go.
I'm gonna go in order of Polo, Ronan, Marco, Jasna, Gorthos. Now, during any of these times, we can have any characters that you have control of have any interactions, which means that when we go to Polo, technically Polo, you can see if Zolaire wants to do something. Same thing over with Jasna. You can say if Clavier wants to do something. Same thing with Gorthos. Gorthos, you can say if literally any of your other Gorthoses want to do something.
Any of them. Any of your many children.
So, we're going to start things off. Polo.
Me.
Everybody has gotten themselves back into their home. You guys have had a bit of rest on the way there, and sort of giving some aid to people on the way. You guys have all had your conversations going off and about, but maybe you haven't said everything you completely wanted to say to each and every one of them, because, you know, it's hard to say everything in front of everybody, you know. Is there anything you would like to do immediately, or anything you would like to bring up to any peoples, whether they be player characters or NPCs, for either yourself or technically Zolaire?
There was the curiosity with what Shefos had to do with the house.
Yeah.
If the garden / the crops are okay, because she wanted to give some of the yields to Jasna.
some of the fruits, you want to pass those on?
Yeah.
Get the review.
You would find that making your way back home, everybody figuring out exactly where and what they would like to do, given their times, you would stand at the beginning areas of it. You would be up at the front of things. As Shefos would open the doors for everyone to go off and do their things, you would be stepping off and out into the gardens. You'd be looking around. It seems that mostly the gardens are intact. Again, there are a couple of potential crops missing because of the monsters, but most of the yield seems perfectly fine. That being said, you would find that as you look outdoors into the crops, you would find that Shefos would be stepping off from behind you, looking off and around as well.
Polo.
It's a shame that we had to do what we did with the home. Apologies once more.
I am glad that I was able to give aid. I feel more connected to this place than I ever have. Perhaps it's because this spell is now my own, and not one that I have been cursed with.
Have you been able to get more of your memories back? The ones that are still eluding you?
I have. Though I do know of who I was before, for the most part now, I feel more comfortable with the me who I have become.
You're still fine with the name Shefos?
Perhaps my name could change over time, but I do not mind it. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy taking care of people. And the me from then was so single-minded. They did not question anything that those with power above them did. They just followed their masters until they got stuck here. For as long as I have. I like Shefos.
I see.
Shefos has many friends. They have you, a best friend. One that I can confide in. Each and everything that I do.
Always. Is there anything we could do to... We probably can't bring this place back to its former state, but maybe we could still make it better than ever.
Now that this is mine, I was hoping to change the gutters and the siding and the doors and the windows and the chimney and
Quite
the
a lot of
walkway.
Quite a lot of remodeling. At least with the garden here, you have sufficient crop. That way you can keep your coin purse full.
If this
It's going
is
to be
the
quite costly.
if this is the hall that I would like all of my friends to call their home, then I would like it to look as grand as them. Even if all of you have other homes you will go to, I would like this to be a place that you could always return if needed.
Of course.
You
I
will
wonder.
return?
Of course. Sheffos, this place is just as much as my home as the North.
Hmm.
When I left, I didn't think I was going to have any place to return to. And to have found another home so quickly, I remember the day it drove me to tears. I could never turn away from this place and never return. I
Nope.
only hope that you can promise me a warm bed when I do arrive.
No matter how big and important you end up being, no matter how the world changes based off of your kindness, no matter how the two of us change, you will always find a warm bed and a warm meal here.
We have truly made so many memories in our time here. That's why I want it to be a place where it can breathe so much more. Not just from ourselves, but anyone who steps across its doors.
If we will have that many, we should expand the gardens.
Probably expand the mess hall as well. Add a couple more bedrooms. That way you always have some adventurers to keep you company.
Perhaps this place could be,
A tavern? Or an inn? Or both?
I
Give
would,
Mr. Nook a run for his money.
I would like a tavern. A place that people could come to. Yes. You see a smile, a doggy, like strained smile going across him. Because, you know, it's hard for dogs to actually smile.
You just
but
wag your tail, buddy.
you do see him looking happily.
Well, we know a set of very skilled cartographers that could help plan out the layout as to your liking.
I will be very difficult to please.
I expect nothing less. I want this place to be... Well, I want it to make Hyrule Castle look like a pigsty.
That should be a simple task.
That's pretty funny.
Meanwhile, King Magnus.
Someone's talking.
Who's talking? Is there a dog talking shit
Argo.
about me?
Argo, turn your stupid pool into a jacuzzi, stat.
You guys start to collect some of the things about here. You start to collect some of the yield from the crops and things of that nature to potentially take it out to other people. We will get to that in just a little bit.
I can't wait for my squapes. My other mixed vegetable.
Your squapes?
My
vegetable.
yeah, well, we took the banana, we mixed it with the grapes, and those can be squapes because bananas are kind of weirdly square, so we can be squapes.
Yeah, we got
And then we've got-
squapes
and
and more.
And then we got the hardy orange and the hardy
Canorange.
carrot.
The canorange.
Yeah, the canorange.
The canorange.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
like-
and of course, our bear meat. Just
The bear meat bushes, yes. The bushes growing meat.
Of course.
How else are we supposed to offer really good Angus steak at exuberantly low
and don't
prices?
forget, we also have apparently sand seals.
Yeah, we have sand seal.
Sand seal steak.
Again,
Yeah.
like this place is gonna be fucking lit.
Listen, Hickory Dickory Dock got the best fucking meal in the world.
And we still had the fucking gold and the metal.
Yeah.
We are gonna move to Ronan. Ronan, upon everything settling itself, upon you playing your song for Gorthos and everybody making their way back toward Castletown, and again, Shefos opening up the doorways, casting his magics and allowing for people to go anywhere they would like to, at least as far as where you guys had already opened yourselves. Again, we will be coming back to you after this as well, but is there anything you'd like to do first? With anybody either here or any NPC or anything like that?
I think while we're still in the camp,
We can definitely do things back in the camp.
I think he would probably try to find Sahau. I think he would try to see what's going on with her. If she's even still here.
You would find, stepping out into the main area of the camp, you would definitely see that there are several people at work doing their things. You would find that the Dark Nuts that have been brought into this area have essentially started patrolling about, taking care of any monsters that would get anywhere near the people who are working and gathering. You would find that there are a lot of patrols going out of the Iron Knuckles, who seem to be going and getting the smaller settlements and the smaller homes of people and going and protecting them. You would find that there are quite a number of people off doing their things. And one thing you would take note of is over by where your friends are, over by where your Rock, your Dawn, and your Magic Frog are. You would see that there is a familiar looking person over there. And by familiar, I mean you literally just left them, but they're over there now. Give me a momo. Well, let me let the world let the world get itself together for a moment.
Yeah,
How could this have happened?
It's deciding it wants to be the 5 darps room for some reason. All right, cool.
I can't believe
That's scary,
Sahau
don't do
broke the
that.
world.
You would find that there is a familiar looking person over by where Magic Frog and the others are. You would see what appears to be an Obera standing there. They're seemingly looking to and petting about at Magic Frog.
We'll walk over.
As you make your way over toward this person, you would find that, again, they seem to be almost a complete spitting image to Obera. As they are looking about, you step your way over, which you don't have light steps.
Yeah.
So they do seem
You're not known for that.
they do seem to turn to look to you and then sort of look away a bit as you approach, but as you get there, she seems to put a hand out. Please, I would like you to hear something first. I do not know how much you know.
Hey Sahau, how's it going?
I do not know how I would feel if you thought of what I... Hello, Ronan.
It's definitely strange. I'm not gonna lie, but
I do not understand exactly what has gone down, but I seem to have awoken before the others, and I was able to get myself out from my binds rather easily. According to my own thoughts, I believe that this has something to do with the powers that were at play, but also that of the wish of the mortal goddess. It is good to meet you. They put their hand out to shake your hand.
He'll reach his hand out to shake. We met before.
Yes, but it's, I suppose, here, in the now, you know.
In the flesh.
In In some flesh, yes. I suppose mine, I will have to give apologies to the other who shares my face. I hope that I will not be an eyesore to them. I can make my way away from them if ever need, and I do not wish to take light of any of their struggles as well. I don't wish for them to look to me and always see, for example, this, they motion to the scar, or, think that I'm trying to take anything from them.
I think she'll be fine. I think she understands that. I think it'll be. I don't think she'll have any misunderstandings or misgivings. The scar. She told me a while ago that she doesn't think badly of it.
I don't remember the spelling, and I don't want to look at my notes. Anyway, as they just nod. I did not expect anything like this. Whenever the goddess had spread out her power, it felt that I was rejuvenated, healed beyond what was hurt. And then I awoke like this.
So you didn't even choose it. That's how it happened.
She had given warning, at least from what I felt whenever we were falling. She was calling out to all the power that she could, and, well, I think that in that moment I felt myself, I felt Solaire, and I felt the power of the Master Sword all come into play. I also felt a strong power rising up within us that I believed to be the Triforce, and because I myself, Solaire, and the Master Sword were inside of the three being wielded by that power, we were able to channel it and push it toward for her. There may have been a bit too much, I guess, and this is what was left over.
What do you think you'll do now?
Well, I do not know how this form will take to me wanting to return to my lake. The desert is harsh, but I also believe that they were able to make their way there, so I should be able to stay there still. I would have to be careful, but I would like to go back to my lake. I would like to maybe see if I could bring back some amount of small forms of life and some bit of my own power to the desert. Not much. I'm not looking to flood it or anything, but make more oases or make a small creek or river. I don't know if I'm allowed, noting that making that larger would be giving myself far more power, but I also just wish that I could bring it back to what it once was.
I think that sounds really nice. And I don't think the people upstairs would probably complain about you taking more off their plate. So I think you're good. And hey, if you want any help staying cool in the desert, I can hook you up with some people that'll make some nice potions for you.
Thank you, Ronan. You've already helped me so much. And while I don't know what I'm going to do with this, I hope to use it as much as I can to the fullest. Thank you.
Thank you.
So is that what I look like when I'm embarrassed?
He just laughs and looks over his shoulder.
as another Obra walks up. They
A
are
second Obra has hit the Ronin.
they are playfully close to you as they do get to you and sort of like be like, oh, this is mine, but you know, they're obviously showing.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry. Yes. I'm a god, but I thank you for your flesh. Oh God.
All the ways to put it.
No, keep going. Keep lavishing praise onto me. There is a just look of absolute amusement going on over his face as they step forward, and there is more hammerings in from the other as they begin to try to explain what they did with you, but saying it to a person that is the own face of the one that you're wearing is a little bit more difficult. Eventually, there is just a outward laugh from Obra as it does just as you say. She does not seem to mind in the slightest. She is very happy that they were able to not only give aid for all of you guys to not die in that fall, but also she's happy that they were able to get themselves back into a working condition, noting that they had given so much aid to you guys during the fights. They had given a lot of aid in the desert whenever you guys were making your way through the waters and everything, and Obra just seems mostly amused by the idea that someone with her face, first off, as being far out of character, but also that someone like a god is trying to apologize as fervently as they're doing.
She has flustered a god.
Taking immediate note that not even Zolaire was this flustered around. You know, other than the Gallon situation.
I can't believe it. This mortal is getting praise lavished upon her by a goddess.
There is an eventual lull in things as again, this little quaint thing is not to do with Obra. Obra will stay back and just be around you, but you do see that Sahal does look off at you, and eventually she seems to give a smile. And obviously, you are my only friend that I have made in the current era, so if there is ever anything I can do for you as well, either of you, then you will know where to find me, hopefully.
I think you'll find you have a lot more friends than you know.
I will hope to do such. I will hope to make more. As the other apparently said, I will attempt to live this life to the fullest as I can.
We'll come and visit sometime.
There is a very happy, very amused air to the rest of the conversation that would happen here. There is definitely everybody is getting ready to move on sort of thing, but there is also just some playful bullying from Obra still throughout the entire thing, not even just directed at her, but also at you in several instances.
Of course.
As you guys would get yourselves ready to go, and you would get your creatures ready to get going. Again, we will move on. We will go to the next scene, and obviously there can be more scenes with these two as we need, but we will go to Marco. In the immediate sense of things, either you going back toward the home or you making your way there from the camp or anything of the such, is there any person you would like to speak with immediately? Noting that this will not be the only one that you will speak to or anything of the such. Do you want to have any immediate conversations? Do you want to go anywhere in particular?
I mean, If not now, when? Am I right, y'all?
No, you're not right, but go ahead.
What does
What,
that
do you
mean?
think there's a
You're finally
better
gonna go make out with
point?
Josier? Tell me something real. What are you doing?
Do you think there's a better time for it, Tico? Do you have something planned there? Is there something I should know?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Why
Anyway,
would I know
Josier,
why
then.
would I know anything of what you're talking about?
Anyway, I'd like to go talk to Hosier alone.
I can't wait if
Cannot
after
believe
all of
that. You're
this,
actually gonna
Jose
make
has
out
a
with him.
favorite
Let's go.
barmaid.
When and where would you like to do this? Is this as you return to the city? Is this before you return to the city? Have I choked you up?
Is he dead? Oh.
Oh
no, he
no!
disconnected.
Oh, poor
Oh.
Emerald, no.
Oh
That-
my
You
god.
did this.
It can never
You
happen.
did this.
It can never happen.
Wow. So I accidentally hit the power cord.
It can never happen, guys. It can
and
never
it shut
happen.
off everything.
No, you're not supposed to press the turn off Marco button. It's supposed to be on.
I feel so bad for Emerald.
I don't know how long it takes him to turn on his computer either.
This is a very and I jizz in my pants moment.
It's so funny it happened now
I'm
though.
gonna talk to the bay and say how I feel, but I jizzed in my pants.
It couldn't have happened during that whole scene with Polo and Sheffos or Ronan and Sal. No. It had to happen now.
It was literally as you were asking too, which made it so funny to me.
Back.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Hey.
I don't know.
Run, but you
I don't
you
know.
can't
I don't know, Emerald. There's writing on the wall here. I don't know if this can happen.
Even if God says no,
He's like, go talk to
fuck
my
that.
family first.
You fight fate.
That's up to you,
Fight
man.
against it.
I think your family would be a fun one, but also I think this would be a fun one
Go
too.
tell your sister she can't date a demon.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
That's up to you. You tell me what you want to do. Do you want to, again, I need to know who you want to talk to and where and when. Is this as you're going back to the city? Is this right after that?
Yeah.
Is this anywhere in particular? Do you want to go to Lon Lon? Do you want to go to Demon Con? Where is this taking place and who is it taking place with?
Yeah. Also remember, we're doing round robins, so if you can't do it the first time and you're still thinking how you want to do it,
Try,
we'll
try
come
again.
back to you.
Yeah.
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 We're doing round robin.
You know what? We'll save what I was thinking immediately, and let's go and talk to the family.
Gonna talk
Let's
to
see
the
how
family.
they're doing.
Yeah, clearly God struck you down for that one, so you know.
God
you-
struck me down for my hubris.
Do you want to speak to them here at the camp? Do you want to speak to them back at Lon Lon?
I'd imagine they'd probably be going back to Lon Lon. So at Lon Lon, yeah, back home.
Okay. Allow me to gather some peeps up. I've done it. I've gathered peeps up. Hold on. We haven't got all of them yet. Where's the horse? Great.
Horses.
Where's the other horse?
Found him. Found Phil.
No, we need you got the one I knew where they were.
Ipana na 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 na.
I got him.
Okay.
If you're going back to Lon Lon, we don't have Lon Lon map out, so we are going to theater that. Let's get you guys over here. Again, this would be as you guys would be traveling back home. You would have made your way over toward the doors with Sheffos. As you would have went through, you would have went off to Lon Lon, because again, a day would have passed before all of this, so you're pretty sure that your family would have eventually made their way back or would have had other things going down. You do find that whenever you do come in, there's a ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, because that happens every time you go to Lon Lon, if you remember. But,
I do. I remember.
You find yourself standing in the doorway. You hear a shuffling behind you, as you do hear the horses basically stationed just outside of the home. you make your way back over toward Epona because, you know, Epona helped you out right before this, but also you just had like a thing like several games ago for us, but only like a few hours ago from Marco's perspective, where they were eaten by a hate. So
Hey girl, hope you're doing okay after everything.
they seem perfectly stoic. Like they
Yeah.
are a lawn horse. They are fucking.
These are horses meant for combat.
Ganon ate
They
shit.
are the ultimate horses you will ever see in this entire world.
They did not even flinch when they were charging at Ganon.
Maybe there's some like demon blood in these horses.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe they're deep down in their bloodline. They're part Lionel.
You know, maybe that's why Lon is just the epicenter of the most powerful horses and chickens in the whole world.
Whenever they're born, they have a vision of how they're going to die, and they have to spend their entire life searching for it like a small thread to Valhalla, wherever that would be.
As you make your way to Epona and you give them them nose pats, and they are basically just standing proudly amongst the areas about. You would find that there are also lots of cuckoos about. Obviously, there are lots of other things off and about. You do see a little bit off from the side. There is a Jimbo.
Of course,
Jimbo has been moved here now. Jimbo is no longer. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here, sir! Slapped ass.
Slap into ass.
You find that there is a Jimbo. They have been moved from Hyrule to here now.
They're in like a big tub of water to keep moist. He's just chilling.
As you would make your way over toward the Jimbo, you do find that there is a Jimbo looking to you. You pet at its newt. There are some bandages placed onto their newt for all of the objects that they had freaking machine gunned out. They're looking like they're healing, getting used to their new stretched out form.
I guess this is just permanent for him now.
It's like, you know, you put too much air in a balloon, man. They don't go back to their original shape. They're just slightly bigger. And this is slightly, right? Anyway, you do find
slightly bigger.
You do find as you reach forward to like pet at the newt of them, there is a thud coming from behind. As you do find that there is a hug behind you.
Oh geez.
You find that there is a misty hug, as they're just like, Marco. At which
Misty,
point,
hey.
thud.
Oh god.
Marco!
Everyone's coming.
At which point there is a thud, and with this final thud, there's a Marco. As you all tumble into the small pond that is where Jimbo is.
Oh god, why?
As the three of them get over at you, they find you standing there. They throw hugs at you, and the four of you collapse into Jimbo's little pond. There is a look from just Misty and Madeline over at Morgan. Morgan at this point is patting on your head, and then, oh Jimbo, are you okay? They will be like, there, Marco. They are done petting you now. They are done hugging you. They go over to Jimbo to check on Jimbo.
Thanks, Morgan.
There is just a look from the other two as they look back to you. Anyway, you made it back. We tried prying you out of the arms of that skeleton, but it did not work.
Oh no, there's no way.
We also tried prying another person out of the arms of that skeleton, but it didn't work either. We're talking about Marco right now.
Yeah, we're talking about me right now.
As there is a look from them. There is a bit of a chuckle. There's a bit of a laugh when you do hear over at the side of the pond, as there is just a father like clearing their throat. You would find all three of the girls ignoring him. Marco, did everything work out well? We saw everybody making their way. You were all going to the city, right?
Yeah, it seems like everything turned out well.
That's
Somehow.
wonderful. Whenever we were there trying to figure things out, there appeared to be two. There appear to be two polos. Is everything working out well with that?
Oh yeah, so Polo had the God of the Sun inside of her because he was weakened by the evil force that we were fighting. And now yes, we heard you the first time. And now I guess because of like the weird miracle magic from the mortal goddess, there's now both Solaire as a Polo clone and I've already forgotten her fucking name. Sahal as an Obera clone thing, which is kind of weird. She was in Ronin. But I guess we do need to address the elephant in the room. Hello, Dad.
Hi, it's me, the elephant. Hey, kiddo.
Yeah.
Hello, Marco.
Hey, Dad.
We have had a bit of a long talk with our father.
So you really let him have it. Got it.
We've had quite a number of conversations since you sent him there the first time, and since we all returned yesterday. We've been mostly sending him out to take care of the small settlements and small houses all throughout the outskirts of Lon Lon and all of the different farms out there in the area to try to see if any of them needs help. Currently, he should be going off and going to another one of those. And I will be. I've actually made my way through all of them. I'll be returning to see if there's any more things that should be done, though it did look like mostly it is damaged crops. A lot of the monsters seem to have taken a lot of the their supplies from here. I want to say that I'm going to continue to do these things as much as I can and as much as anyone would allow me to. As well, I am hanging up my adventuring career. It wasn't much of one, and I didn't want it to be really in the beginning, so I'll also be finding me a place in Lon Lon, so if anyone... Oh, shut up. You have a place. We're not going to throw you out. Just Morgan back with Chimbo. You can live out back with Marco.
We'll probably hire some people, make a bigger structure out there. And it's just one room. And God, we need to do something about that statue. Please.
I suppose
Wait,
if we
did it
find
get knocked over and all the fuss? Please tell me it got knocked over.
Oh, it did.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, though. It's perfectly fine.
Fuck.
But if it truly bothers you that much, I suppose if we can find something in the budget, we can have it remade.
That's good.
But what will we do with the old one? We could take it somewhere else. Maybe put it out and display it in Castletown.
Please don't.
Either way, things are hopefully going to be settling itself down here. And they look over toward the father. And of course, all of us will be figuring things out together. We understand exactly what happened with Father making their way into the Lost Woods, and we know that what happened there, they didn't mean to do. They did what they thought was best, and they're never going to leave Lon Lon without our permission ever again.
Sounds about right.
Sounds good. That being said, As long as all of you are fine.
And I'm glad that all of you are fine too. Y'all did incredible during that whole fight against the ultimate evil thing.
I just used a bit of magic that I learned from Hadar, but Jimbo here did a great job.
He's still big, that I noticed.
Well, he's not just going to deflate, is he?
I mean, that's usually how potions work.
They look over at him. I thought it just because we put so much stuff in him. I didn't realize we put a potion in there.
The things he shot were on fire.
I just thought that was his physiology.
We had several potion makers in the group that was helping you put shit into him.
We don't know your friends, Marco. Not all of them.
I'm surprised you didn't notice them throwing the potions in there, Morgan.
We threw everything in there. I'm pretty sure I lost my shoes.
Why would you put your shoes in there?
We put everything in there. By the way, I noticed you still have things that you didn't put in Jimbo.
Well, I wasn't over there. I was too busy,
Aren't you like the fastest person ever or something now?
No, I'm pretty sure
have
that's
made it over to
Mana.
Jimbo.
Besides, I had an important job of getting my friend back. I couldn't be over there with Jimbo.
You just see Morgan stomp over at you in the water. Let me see your bag. I want to see how many things we could have thrown.
No.
You're not getting out of this.
Okay, fine. You can look in the bag.
Take your bag. They just
pulls out
sit
his
down.
big bag.
They just sit down in the water and just to open it.
TSA.
There's just a Rito headdress. The other small bag that has a couple of things in it. There's the fucking
This could
the
have caused a
wallet that he
concussion.
has.
So this could have caused a concussion. This could have caused a concussion. We could have cut him up with this. That's a feather, Morgan.
You're thinking of the Rito daggers.
Either
Those things are
way,
really good.
before we get out of hand, I'm sure that your brother here has things that they have at the castle, but Marco,
Yes, Dad?
can we have some of your time today? Can you be our champion until tomorrow?
Of course. Although I know you're saying that so you don't have to do everything yourself. It's fine, I can help.
I have not messed with cuckoos in years, and I am afraid that I've forgotten.
It hasn't been that long that you were in the fucking Lost Woods. Come on.
I do not want to anger any of them. I want to make sure we still have a house.
Fine, I can help with that.
You guys, at this point, you spend the rest of your night with your family. Eventually, you would either return to the main house, since your father would be basically sleeping in the one room that you have over there, or you would find another place to rest in there. We will get to that in just a bit. We're gonna go to Jasna or Clavier, whichever one.
Yeah. You're asking about Clever like I have any fucking idea what I'm gonna do.
I'm pretty sure the only scene there is Master!
Master! What now?
The same thing we do every day, Clavier! We must return so we can attempt our conquering of the rest of the Hyrule together!
Of course, my bad. Then they fly into the sun. And like, okay, good thing I got that shit out of the way.
You just see as you fly off into the sun, there is a shine from Volcircuit as both Larry and Barry start flying up. You also see Mary and Gary from their cards start to fly up after you.
And then they return for another day in fucking Zelda 2. But no,
I can't find them.
Following...
Where are they at?
They don't know where they went.
Where's Mary and Gary? No. They're somewhere. We'll find them.
no.
We'll find them later.
Oh, Barry and Gary
It's fine,
should get
it's
started the
fine.
dungeon.
I looked. Anyway. Yes.
Following order of operations, because I only came here truly, I think, with two things in mind. Let's see those fucking bananas.
You want to make your way back over toward the main area?
Yeah.
We'll say this would be just after Shefos would have reconnected everything. You would take a cursory glance back home as you would go there, just to make sure nothing's exploding.
I mean, it's looking pretty fucked.
You go to Kakariko, you look around, you're like, they can fix this, and then you go back in and you
Yeah, it's like, you know what, fuck the kids, actually.
You're like, I did my job, they can fix this, they're all ninjas. You would find yourself returning to the main area as you are going into the dining hall area. You just come in with Shefos like motioning over. We can destroy that wall and make a room for a bar.
Are you planning a bar now?
Oh, Jasna. Yes. Looks over to Polo. We were speaking of maybe making this be a place where people can come to and chat and drink and eat.
An inn, tavern, many things to run Mr. Nook out of house and home, but we're not trying to actually do that.
You should be. That's good business, come on.
I mean...
From last I talked with them, they seem to enjoy their time over in the Gerudo city, the new one that allows the men inside. So perhaps he would be staying there.
He could probably even be moving his business there. He does very much like being anywhere his wife is, and if his wife wishes to return home, he will take his business with him, which does leave a gap in the
Means
market.
You've got time to capitalize, yes. You're catching up.
I will go off and see if I can find rock and charcoal. I would need to know how many walls I can destroy without getting into their room.
He does have very ambitious intentions.
He just like
And
walks up
considering-
to the door before going in, just like pets the wall out for a second. Yes, this wall can go.
And considering the abundance of the garden, it makes expenditures
You hear a
very,
mumbling
very
from the
low
other
and
side.
profits only a surplus.
You hear a mumble from the other side. Yes, this wall can go.
As well, with some of the mixed vegetables would be wonderful for exports, and you can take them to places like the north where the colder weather is a bit harsher, or places like the desert where they are not as susceptible to being rained on. And I've taken a lot of notes on filling economic gaps and what is going on in current places.
You have this incredibly planned out, don't you?
While you never explicitly taught me, I tried to make sure I paid attention to the things you said when it came to economics. I hoped that maybe you would think that I was rather capable.
She gives you a hug.
Daw. Boop, 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 boop.
I missed you a lot, Chester.
I thankfully now have time to miss everyone now that the world isn't actively ending.
Great, so, is everyone faring well in Kakariko?
They can figure it out themselves.
Are they going to need food? We could import.
Oh, I'm
some
sure
of
they
that.
will.
We could import.
Oh, I will
some of-
absolutely make a killing off of them.
Yes. I could show you, and you could even try them and see how they fare, or if they need a little bit more refinery.
We're making more fruit, like new types of fruit.
Some of the fruit I gave you was a mixture between a carrot and a banana. At the moment now, I'm calling it a kanana because I don't know what else to
explains
call
the
it.
texture. I was wondering.
Had a bit of a bite to it.
It was a little strange at first. I felt the revulsion in my heart, but then it was really good.
I hope you you will forgive me because while you were predisposed, I did inquire with Mr. Nimbus about what certain fruits and vegetables the Sheikah preferred and did not prefer. And then, considering the potential deficiencies of not indulging in the vegetables, considering crossbreeding it with their favorite fruit. And thus the Kanana was the very first one.
I do appreciate the thought. We do eat vegetables. It's just a matter of discipline.
Yes, but Mr. Nimbus said he didn't like carrots.
I suppose a mixing it would be better. I guess he was onto something.
Can't believe
I'll give him that.
Mr. Perfect didn't like carrots.
You can eat whatever the fuck you want, man. I was in time loop city. Give me a...
And then I thought, well, there are some children that are rather picky about not liking carrots, so I thought, well, a carrot could still be rather dry, and if you still wish the sweetness of a fruit, you could mix it with an orange. And that would actually make extracting the juices much easier. But I'm not sure what to call it yet.
Fruits have you made?
Well, we've got the Karanj and the Kanana.
If you show them, they're gone from your hand, by the way. It's not a matter of when, it's how quickly.
I was thinking of mixing it with an apple and making a capple.
Yeah. No, I'm wondering what that would look like. Is it just like a long apple?
It could be. I don't know yet until it sprouts.
I suppose.
Thankfully, it only takes about a week to gestate and grow.
I have to admit, this magic garden is incredible dividends for you.
It's going to be. It's
You
going to be
guys
wonderful.
hear a running on the wood around you as throwing open a door in the other room. You hear ha, and then nothing, and then you hear as throwing open the door behind you guys. Have you seen Polo? There is a pair of scissors in his hands and a scrunchie in the other.
You found
So
her?
what kind of war crime are you committing right now?
They look at you. Oh, you're my Polo.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi.
As far as I was aware, Master Zolaire is currently clinging to Brother Kuro.
Look, if they're planning on cutting your hair, I need to be involved. They will destroy it.
I'm sure Brother Kuro could help them if they really wanted help with that, if that's what they intended to do.
No, let them regret it.
Look, I am the only one that knows how cute you can become, okay? They will
yes,
ruin it.
It'll grow back. It's also not her hair. It is someone else's.
I can't.
Now, whether or not that happens to be a spitting image of her is a little strange, but, you know.
You just see Gallon going from Polo to Jasna, from Polo to Jasna. It's like, oh no. They look over. They step away slightly from Jasna as they're just like, Polo.
Huh?
It's Jasna here. What if? What if?
What if?
What if? They just whispers down. What if they take all the fruit?
She hasn't yet, though.
Looks up to Jasna. I saw them. I saw that big pile of apples in your house.
Oh, you saw? I was busy.
I saw that big pile of apples in your house back then.
Yes, I bought them. With money.
Well, as long as you're okay with it.
I mean...
It's rather nostalgic.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, whenever we met the two of you, you guys were basically inseparable at first, and now you've both had your different journeys. But here you are, sitting here looking out of the garden.
There was a bit of an anxiety that I might have been a contributing factor in Jasna going to find themselves. But it seems that cutting some dividends yourself, you were quite satisfied with your journey.
Turns out, and this is a fun way to learn it, there may be a total of 3 Sheikah in this world who can't do anything.
Oh,
And once I realized that most of my family couldn't do anything, it does help a little.
I see.
I mean, whenever everybody was doing their stuff over at the village, you should have seen it. Every one of them had to end up having you to thank for surviving there, right?
And the cuckoos.
And the cuckoos.
Ugh.
I do regret a little bit not saying it before you had left us, Jasna. But Mr. Nimbus only spoke wonderful words about you, about how you were a hero to the town of the Sheikah.
He tends to.
Hmm.
I could cut his hair too.
He might need it.
What if it's like, I mean, like just like a flat top or something?
Okay, don't do that either. That's a war crime. Those are things that only the Sheikah did in the deepest of history books. Don't do that.
Look, it's easy being a hero with like humongous locks of hair. It's gonna be very hard with very short, like a buzz cut.
You don't have to shave them.
We could leave Mr. Nimbus's hair alone, Galen.
I'm just itching. I'm itching to create. Where'd my canvas
how
go?
How about instead
Just grabs the cloak and just.
how about instead we give Master Solaire some reprieve, and maybe once Jasna and I are finished here, you can style my hair.
He looks down, looks over to his scissors, throws them behind his shoulder, just like, yeah, sure. Well,
Your
I'm not
lust
sure.
for fashion is very easily satiated, it looks like.
As long as I can do something, might as well. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it wasn't for the fact that Polo was so important and everybody around has so much need and use of them, I probably wouldn't need to have an extra canvas. I don't want to monopolize.
High in demand?
I don't want to monopolize all your time.
Am I really that high in demand?
And that's why the gods sent me Zolaire. I knew that.
So you could be annoying to someone else.
I knew that the goddess of the sand and the goddess of time would reward me for giving them their bodies by giving me an extra polo that I can pick on.
You like picking on me?
I like picking on them. I'll get it all out on them.
Is that healthy?
Oh. I think I understand now.
Hmm?
You prefer giving Master Solaire all of your attention, and eventually will leave me neglected once you become bored with me.
They look
Quite
you
callous of you,
over.
Galen.
They look you
That is
over.
Quite callous of you, Galen.
Now you
You're
guys
just
are,
gonna leave her alone.
you guys are using words. You're using words to turn on me and putting words in my mouth. And I will not stand for it.
The first Paula that shows up, you just go and walk away.
You're right. I have to prove my love again. Hold on. I'm gonna go send another town into a time loop.
No,
I'll see you tonight.
Wait! Wait. There is no goddess of time. How is he going to do that?
I don't think he will. But if he does, then, you know, that'll be impressive.
There is a bit of catching up to do, as you can see.
You're going to have to wrangle him for the rest of eternity. You know that, right?
In some ways I do understand, but at the same time, it is that same very fiery free spirit that I had come to have so much affection for.
Oh.
He is not really one that can be rained down. At least, it has to be at a fitting moment.
Well, if you can't rein him in, don't let him go, will you?
I don't plan to. But yes, we should look over all the vegetables and the fruit and...
You look back to when you say "and the fruit," and there are no fruit.
Whatever was like, you will find out that some of them were too vegetable to be fruit, and those are there. But the ones that were too fruit to be vegetable are gone. I will not explain which one's which. You figure that one out.
Oh. Well, I guess in one way or another I've already gotten your assessment of the produce.
Like, the door
Going
never opened. Like...
You didn't see her eat or anything. She's just like, yeah, they're quite good.
I will say, Mr. Roki will be quite upset to know that the Kanana crop is currently empty.
We'll get over it.
He will. Besides, I'm mostly doing him a favor.
You guys would spend a bit more time collecting your fruits and vegetables at this point. You would go over bits and pieces of each other's journeys, telling about some of the things that would have been shown from the Zolaire perspective. Because again, Jasna, no idea who that person is.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
There's another Polo, and they're apparently a god. Like, you explain a bit about that. Jasna would explain a little bit more about the things that happen in the Legend of Jasna TM. And as
There were
you
any
guys...
cuckoos, it was scary. It's the only animal you can't tame. Never trust one.
I mean, Adam was able to tame plenty of cuckoo.
He made a
the cuckoos
contract
have
with
tamed him. Yeah, it's
he made a
quite
contract
different
with
thing.
them. Let's
Yeah.
not be too...
Callan has appeased them, and they're willing to accept his commands. It is not the same. It is not the same as merely taming one.
Oh,
I'm
we have
so
to-
glad that in the Legend of Jasna TM, we were finally able to actually see the cuckoos be as terrifying as most people in Hyrule think them to be.
They killed a dead hand of Mulligan.
As you guys would collect yourselves, would explain about each other's journeys, would basically just catch up from your stint away from each other. Obviously, it'll take more than a day to do such a thing, and it will take more than just a few apples and cananas to get the entirety of the understanding through, but
It will take many more.
take many more. You guys settle yourselves, you guys settle things about, and we'll come back to more stuff in just a brief moment, as we're now going to go to Gorthos, one of many.
Yeah, it's tough
So which
isn't
one
it?
will it be? I think it's
Yeah.
Brock's time to shine.
I think that one good thing I can do is I can tell you a short snippet about a lot of them, if you wouldn't mind.
Cool. Yeah, no, tell me what's these four doing.
So, when it comes to the three of them, they have their own set goals and their own set things. Each of them are different. They're no longer Gorthos.
Nope.
When it comes to Donu would, after everything is said and done, being honestly the shortest among all of the Dark Nut around, he would explain to some of the ones who would be around, who would understand exactly what had gone down between him, Rocket, and the other Dark Nuts that were about. And basically just explain that he is going to be leading them about. He is going to be showing basically the tribes that they don't have to be separate tribes, and he was able to convince them through a show of strength that he was in fact Donu. This, from what they seem to explain, is he goes, "I am Donu," and they're like, "Yeah, you are," and it's like, "No, I mean, I literally am," and they're like, "Prove it," and then they had like a show of strength, and obviously if you win a show of strength, you're right. So
So he basically bodied the fuck out of all of them and said, "Nah."
so most of the Dark Nut tribes at this point have fallen in line behind Donu, and Donu is essentially talking about maneuvering and moving most of the tribes, not from the areas around Hyrule, where at this point they were mostly just pillaging, potentially up to the Demon Realms, so that they can try to make the roadways that are up there a lot better off and easier, since they were told by Galen and others that there were a whole lot of bandits and banditry happening up in that direction. He seems to be taking most of his people up in that direction.
For the first time in eons, the Dark Nuts are legion again.
most of them seem to be following behind him, and most of the others, they would know where the other tribes are, and his goal currently is to go to each of the different Darknut tribes and unite them under one banner. In his own defense, he's not telling them to call themselves Donu. Some of them are. But he's he's mostly like, no, we're Darknuts, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
I appreciate it's flattering, but I like to think that the big symbol that he's rallying the banner behind is the one he promised to help with the tribe again.
Oh, yes.
With that Kari. What's it called again? The Black Claw? Yeah. That's the new symbol right now. One of the new tribe symbols.
Basically, he's walking around, showing the banner of the Black Claw and rising a rather impressive force behind him. That again, without any actual asking of any of the people in charge, but he is marching into demon country.
I think with that many Darknuts, you just can't let them do what they want.
And Vega's just over there, just like, what do you mean? There's a bunch of strong people in the demon realms now. Oh yeah. But
I mean, that's pretty in line with what I would think Doni would want to do with the tribes, yeah.
Of course, we then go over to our resident mage here, as he would definitely return to his king. He would explain much of everything that is there, and there is still the main idea currently that, seeing as he is essentially the strongest mage in the kingdom, there is Theodore, the ghost hero, and then there is the king, who is a undead as well. The three of them eventually have a talk amongst themselves during the time everybody is completing their tasks and getting everything ready, where the three of them are basically talking about leaving. Talking like that Hyrule probably needs to be governed by things that still live.
I think those would vehemently disagree for a while before capitulating in a huff.
In the end, it is decided that like what was made before, because originally the rulers of this country was Magnus's wives. It was the two of them. There were originally two queens that were taking over much of everything. As such, Magnus is hoping to, and has talked to others about, stepping down and handing off the kingdom not only to Matilda, but also to Jason. And seeing just where things lie there, given both of them equal opportunity to say yes or no to things, but also allowing them to have any sort of vassals that they may need to rule things in their stead if they do wish to go off and do adventures before doing much of anything. In the end, they eventually talk to the Bishop of War, and the Bishop of War is essentially brought into the mix of, we're going to most likely leave. We need someone to be in charge until his daughters decide to want to take over. And they eventually ask the Bishop of War to take over Hyrule for the time being, hoping to not only have the Bishop of War be able to be a strong leader, but also to repair any damages that the city of Hyrule, because of the Bishop of War's imprisonment, has done to the ideas of demons. With all of that, the bishop reluctantly accepts, but mostly accepts for the idea of somebody needs to take charge of this place, and they are correct. None of them are the people for the job.
Listen, we need a regent to sit on the seat, all right? You'll be fine. The other two, they won't be fine. Hey, and plus, if a demon's helping, I know that with the North. You like that, right? You like your niece having friends.
Eventually, through the magics that he is able to conjure, they are able to sever Theodore from their binds at the castle and at Castle Town, and the three of them would get ready to have their departure. They would get ready to explain things to the people about. They would pack what they would need to do, and most likely they'll be making their way away from Castle Town to who knows where. They heard of this weird place off in the distance called Termina from Gorthos at one point. Maybe they'll head there.
Yeah, I heard the moon's haunted there too.
Then of course we have Atalanta. Atalanta would, at this point, return most of the Kokiri to the Kokiri Woods. They would basically be the first one to go about and explain all of the different things that have been affecting them, including the fact that the fairies can now go back into their fairy forms if they wish. Some of them do. A lot of them seem to like the freedom that they have gotten by showing themselves a lot more. So a lot of them do end up staying in that form. They also explain to a lot of people about basically the fight that had gone down and what has gone on with them. They praise Atalanta as basically the hero of the Kokiri, and the two Domis agree. Domi 1 and Domi 2 do eventually hand over the status of hero of Kokiri not only to Atalanta but also to Myro. Who Myro completely denies it. They are not anywhere nearby whenever this happens, and they eventually do disperse because they did not want to hand back any of the equipment that they were given.
That's fine. I wouldn't want to either.
And again, oddly enough, the Kokiri sword goes missing shortly before most of this. Atalanta, living Atalanta, that isn't the other Atalanta, would mostly at this point be fine with it. They don't really want to wield a sword. They have their 3-shot bow. Other Atalanta with their Lionel spear is perfectly fine as well, keeping to themselves, and mostly just being a guard and acting as a hero for their people. Finally, not feeling that there is any pull or anything that would have them be too worried of that nature. As the Kokiri people seem to somewhat be starting to be okay with things, eventually Argo would plant the new Deku tree, and everybody would at that point be present and would have a large celebration that night. That being said, that night is also the last night anybody sees Atalanta, as this Atalanta would drink and be merry for a good large while of it. They would eventually, looking out at everybody, give a very drunken smirk, but also almost a loving look over all of Kokiri Village before not wanting to go and speak to literally anyone about it because they are a loner at heart. Not wanting to tell any of the other Gorthoses, not wanting to tell Gorthos themselves, not wanting to tell a single Kokiri in the bunch. They eventually wander off into the Lost Woods and, with a smile on their face, never seem to return.
Yeah, they had to go back eventually, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Finally, there's Brock. I believe that with Brock, a lot of the intrigue of everything that had gone down, them being summoned into this world that was already at war, upon giving as much aid as they possibly could to everything that they could do to help out, they are eventually told that potentially Gorthos and the goddess would like to talk to them. They were eventually brought into a lot of thoughts of that. However, Brock themselves, they mostly are, while they're very wanting to talk to them most likely, and maybe will do so during any of these round robins, they are essentially at this point wanting to find themselves. They start looking at a bunch of different creative outsources. They start looking out and about at different peoples. As they're walking about, the Hylians and the humans and other people would look over to them with a shock at first, but upon noting that they essentially remind them of their champion, they are they're very happy. A lot of people are very, very neutral, if not very positive around Brock. They seem to just have that sort of energy about them. As Brock would essentially be aiding people in returning their homes about and keeping debris and things out of the streets. That is the general thing I would think the four of them would be off and about doing. If you want to go into any of them in more particular, we can do so. But do any of them or Gorthos jump out at you as something you'd like to mess about with?
The only thing that jumps out to me is that I want an addendum Atalanta.
We can make our way to Atalanta.
Yeah.
Atalanta, most likely again. All of that stuff would be something that I would think would be definitely something down Atalanta's alley. If we want to mess about with any of that, we can. I will move them because I do not see them being anywhere else but over at the village.
Yeah.
Once they make sure that everybody there is healthy and happy, of course, just staring over the edge, looking down.
Have
them right over here.
Yeah, I'm over here.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking with Atalanta?
I think they want to talk to Argo about something.
Of course. Atalanta would have been around for this big thing. Argo would definitely have planted the new Great Deku tree, as again, that was basically the staff. But let me grab Argo very quickly. Where you at, you little guy? Oh, did you blow up in the other room? You might have blew up in the other room. Where'd you go, Argo? That's Domi. That's not Argo. We're looking for green hair.
I put a bunch of the characters over in the green box. I believe Argo is there.
Oh,
as
green
well.
box. Yeah.
I was going around gathering them.
Thank you. I appreciate
I think
that.
he's here.
Yep, I found him.
I did drop Rog in one of the big gray boxes by accident, so you're gonna have to find him.
You would definitely find that Argo would be off and about, someone that you could easily find during this time.
So during this whole party, Atalanta just kind of brings them aside away from all this, chaos.
Ancestor.
Please call me Grandma. But listen, I wanted to talk to you about something real important.
Of course.
Real fast.
What is it? What can I do?
You already done more than I could ever hope for. But listen, I didn't know, still don't know really how to say this without being all about it.
You have a unique way of putting things.
Yeah, it's a lost art form. Don't know what happened. But, I did break into Lon and took their milk, so, it helps me with this. So...
Marco's just looking around. Where the fuck is the chateau?
Listen, Argo. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all these idiots. Look at them all. You. Look how far you go.
Oh God, dogs.
See, you and the wolf folks.
The wolf folks are going crazy.
The wolf was loving.
You're a sage. You're the sage. You planted the Deku tree. You have been paramount in stopping all this chaos.
How much of the before do you know? I know that you have some of Gorthos's memories, but...
Oh, yeah. I know how they treated you. It wasn't their fault, but... so tempting.
I will admit that there was a time that I regretted being born the way I was. There was a time that looking into the ponds, looking into any of the areas around and seeing the hair that I have was difficult. And every time I did, I would think back to the stories. After everybody started acting strange, I only had the stories of the greatest Kokiri hero to keep me at bay until the others showed up. I don't know what exactly I expected whenever I first saw you, and maybe I've been avoiding a lot of coming around you for that reason, but I'm nothing special. I have faults and flaws just like everyone down there. I just happen to be the one that was immune to what the Chublex was doing here. And more than anything, I was at the very least glad whenever I saw Gorthos as you the first time. Wearing our armors, going about as showing you are strong the way you were. It helped me out a lot. And he looks over toward the Great Deku Tree. I'm going to take care of this place. But I also, now that we all know that we can leave, I want to see other places too. Not just in, desperation trying to find out what's going on, but in just visiting and learning. Everyone here, thanks to you, thanks to everyone else, I feel like we'll be able to take care of ourselves.
I know. It's a brand new day for everyone. But I'm sorry I couldn't have been there for you more. I'm sorry I wasn't around.
You are. He just smiles.
Come here. Come over here. Get here.
There is a hug. There is a hug from these two Kokiri. Should we go back with everybody?
Yeah. Yeah. You go first. I'm gonna shake this off. Just gonna have fun.
All right. He goes over toward the thing to go down. As he does, he stops. He pauses for a little bit longer than I think even he intended. But there was just something in the air as he looks back over at you. See you later, Grandma.
Yeah. I'll see you later too, kid.
As he'll head off.
Just wipes her eyes, shakes herself off, puts up her hood, puts on the Keaton mask, and walks off in the Lost Woods.
You okay, Anthony?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just gotta get myself worked up for these scenes, you know? It sucks to clean up after.
He's
I need more
cooking here.
tissues.
He's cooking here.
Okay. Going back up to the top. You guys we get through, we'll say, the first day of things. That being said, we could always go back to that day if we ever need to, but I would also like to bring up a new time for any of you guys to pick between as we go through. The following days beyond this will now be brought into things as well. So we'll start with Polo.
Me.
Polo, you have had your conversations with Shefos. You have just had a big conversation with Jasna. Everything seems to be somewhat going very stable in the city as well. Nothing really seems to be anything anybody needs to worry too much about. You have replanted some different things. You have also worked with Shefos to expand the gardens now that, again, he has full control over this place. I would like to know in the following days, or again, during any of the days we've already talked about, is there anything you would like to go off and do? Anyone you'd like to go and see? And where?
Let's see.
There is probably checking in on her brothers. They probably went back to the north to like essentially clean up over there.
Oddly enough, they did go to the north very briefly. But they mostly that was to empty all of the weird like somewhat hidden corpses out of that cave.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Vega has been sticking around the castle. Hadar has been trying to stick around the castle / Lon Lon for reasons beyond any of our understanding. Yeah, at any point you can grab them for any such reason. Where would you like to be at when you go and talk to them? You can bring them anywhere. You can bring them to your home up in the north if you wish.
She considering that Hadar has been busy in Lon Lon, she'll probably see them in Lon Lon actually.
Okay. Through the events that go down, you do find that finding Vega relatively quickly. Again, mostly just being nosy around Castletown. As you do, you convince him to come to Lon Lon to talk to Hadar. As you guys do, you guys find Hadar outside of Marco's family farm, mostly keeping to himself, watching as everybody gets there, gets things ready and gets things packed up and moved about. A lot of them being busy cleaning up and everything. But you and Vega approach as Hadar over by where one of the larger of the chicken coops just seem to be sitting there. You see in his lap what appears to be a large clipboard that has what seems to be a very rough rudimentary map of the Northern Kingdom placed in front of him, with what appears to be a lot of different zones seemingly like marked off. You find that he seems to have made the Northern Lands quite big in the map, showing that the Northern Lands that your father had control of seem to be much larger than you at first thought.
See, Brother Vega, I told you we would find Brother Hadar here.
Hey, what you doing? Brooding? You brooding over here? Oh no, you're working. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm working, brother. I don't believe I have anything to brood about.
Is the North really that vast?
Oh, this is from the eastern colonies.
Oh, from the ones from which Mr. Callady came from.
Yep. Knowing now that what has transpired there, and knowing what Callady knows from the information that I have given them about our mother, I believe that we have a good showing to reunite the western and eastern demon reaches, at which point we should be able to be, if my calculations are right, about 1.5 times the vastness of Hyrule.
Oh,
Most
and no
of it
royal
is
wedding required.
Most of it is unfortunately not great land to work with, but for demons it's perfectly fine.
And no royal wedding required.
once Cality was explained to everything, and once they explained everything to me of what the plans might have been for the two of you, it got simple to just sort of, how do I put it? I sent word back with him, and that Goron friend of yours seemed to be a very quick one. Basically showing them that me and my brother are taking over the lands, and that they could either come willingly back, or... He shrugs.
You didn't threaten them, did you, brother?
I believe that mine and Vega's name should be threat enough.
Oh, I see.
That being said, we're not going to explain immediately about you taking over. We're trying to get them to respond first, and then we will let them know everything. Once we are able to get a full understanding of all the different tribes there, and an understanding of who's in charge, once we are able to get them over to our side, then once Vega is anointed as the Demon King, and then once he steps down and hands it to you, there should be no rhyme nor reason for anyone to be upset. Especially with everything that I've heard's going on in Castletown. Most places in Hyrule are opening up their borders, getting rid of that weird law about demons walking around, and at the moment it seems like Uncle's taking over for the time being.
I see.
I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that, but that just means I can pick that guy's brain a bit more now that he doesn't have to do king stuff.
Is it going to be that much of a burden having a half-demon at the throne?
It's less that. It's more, I want them to understand how serious we are. If they don't respond to me, I can just go and talk with them. However, if I then tell them that we have a queen and they don't respond to you, I may get a little more upset.
I had heard tale that after my birth, Father had tried to negotiate with the demon tribes about being more open to the idea of half-demons.
Here's hoping. I know that from what Cality had told me, there was quite a stir-up from Mother about them. Once we learned that they were able to be that Chublix creature, which is still crazy to think about, we were able to put a lot of things together. They told me that there are others out there that seem to have similar power to my mother, and if everything works out correctly, with the Chublix being defeated, those people should disappear. And if they did, that means we have a lot more weight to our claims.
Disappear?
If she was pretending to be the leaders of those other tribes, is what I'm meaning.
Oh, I see.
Of course, we can't say anything for sure, but it could bring up as to why some of them were as aggressive as they were. Before, we didn't really care about these kind of things. But now, now that I know sort of how to go about doing things, and I have a lot of smart people around me that can fill everything else out, we'll have everything set up for you. Vega will do everything to make a show of power, and Hadar has everything in the bag as far as smarts. We can't just hand you over something half-finished.
So, I'm taking it that I am going to our nation will be run by 2 viceroys.
At the moment, I'd rather not.
No?
I believe I will be staying in Hyrule for the most part.
I see.
I'm never too far away.
Oh no, I think it's just quite funny. I even had the funny little preposition of a viceroy of reason and a viceroy of resolve.
You know that once you take any sort of reign of that place, I will be at your beck and call.
Mm. So, I have to ask out of curiosity, brother. You used to have such disdain for Hyrule. What has suddenly changed your opinion? Or is it someone that has changed your opinion?
You don't have to be coy about it. Though, yes, I do admire her dedication to her craft. Misty has shown me quite a lot how amicable a leader can be, and how much work it is to appease those around you instead of just showing that you're stronger. In the end, I want to make sure that there will always be something she can do to back it up. From what I understand, she's wanting to talk with the Damned City and see if there can be open up some different trades between them and not through Hyrule at this point. Or Castletown, I suppose.
Will there be talks about them changing their name from something else from the Damned City?
That would be up to them.
Hmm.
That being said, it's not a great name for the Kingdom of Hyrule, but it would be right at home up north. The Damned Kingdom. Nope, we're not doing that. Oh, all right. You seem a lot chiller about it. I mean, looks over to Hadar. Still can't really believe everything, right? I don't know how to feel. I truly don't have an answer at the moment.
About your mother?
Yes.
Mm.
I can't take back the tears I've shed. And I can't take back the things I've said. And I can't undo the past that I've done. Knowing that everything, once again, was just a large manipulation by her is... I didn't think I was so easily brought to my knees like that. I didn't think I was so easily dissuaded. I didn't think I was so easily controlled. Despite my vice, I thought I was smarter than that. She didn't even need the vice.
What do you think was her vice?
Seeing as she originated as being a Gerudo, I don't even know if she truly had one.
Oh,
Though if
correct.
I had to give a guess as to anything, definitely power. She gave up everything for it, and in the end, from what all of you have told me, there was never a good ending for her, no matter what she did.
Do you think Father's involvement is because of something that he foresaw?
Dad was complicated. He always tried to fix things, you know?
Mhm.
I don't know what he saw in Mother. Maybe it's because he saw that he would have us, or maybe he knew something was gonna happen and it was the only way to go about it, or maybe like anybody else, he got blinded for just a short time. Maybe like any other fool out there, he fell in love with the wrong person.
Mm.
Maybe he thought he could do something to fix her. Father was like Vega.
Oh?
And what's that supposed to mean? A ladies' man. Oh, well, yeah. And they sort of like lean down. And a bit too dumb to be king.
Oh.
I can hear you, you know that.
I believe in Brother Vega. I mean, after all, he is being very dutiful to his studies.
I think that, at least for the time that I'll have it, I think I'll do all right. Whenever I think about it for too long, I get a little, worried because, like Hadar says, I don't really want to just sort of go right back to ruling through power or anything, but like, sort of like the only thing I got. I feel like I'm wanting to do something at least to settle things, you know? And once they're settled, as soon as you're ready, you can do whatever you want. But as long as it's my responsibility, I should be sure to, I don't know, maybe foster some positivity.
Of course. I'm sure you can do anything you set yourself to. You have endless resolve, after all.
I think I mostly want to change how we've been seen lately. The king's helping with that, and Uncle's helping with that, and obviously you as a champion's helping with that, but maybe talk amongst Hyrule about doing some, I don't know, like exchange programs or something? What, like in school?
A cultural exchange?
Yeah, that. Like a I don't know, like a parade? Festivals?
Oh. Oh.
It's not a terrible idea.
A cultural exchange? An exchange of artisanry?
I mean,
for the economical benefit of both.
We have a bunch of like really nice foods and stuff up north, right? Show them down there and maybe see if we can get some of our cooks to go down there and maybe stop that one city from being such an asshole and stealing from everyone. That's kind of high on the list.
I mean, the king will try to strike a deal about the potential profits and benefits of doing something about the city of on Spectacle Rock.
I think that's actually a great idea, Vega.
It could become the new mecca of cultural exchange for the demons and Hyrule.
You see him just like look over, like for a second, a blank look on his face, and then he like picks up Hermes. See that, Hermes? I have great ideas. I said good. I know you can hear me.
It is a wonderful idea.
Wonderful ideas, Hermes.
Has he gotten bigger?
A little bit. I'm feeding him eggs.
Oh, he loves those.
I saw him like take one whole from a cucko, and I'm like, hey, that's probably pretty good for you. Eggs are good for you, right?
Yes, they are.
So yeah, it's probably pretty good for him.
He will certainly get very, very big. Probably, I don't know how big they're supposed to get.
These little guys.
The egg was huge.
Probably like maybe a bit on the smaller side. It's just like moving his hand up and down, and then up, and then like tiptoes up a bit, and then it just like lowers it down a little bit, maybe around there.
So bigger than you?
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh. He's got a lot of growing to do then.
That's a lot of eggs. Well, luckily I know somebody who has a girlfriend who has a farm. We will charge you. We have money.
I mean, Galen also has a flock. Galen also has a flock of cuckoos.
Luckily, I have a brother and a sister who are so well connected with eggs. I'll make sure Galen charges you too.
I mean, at some point, cuckoo eggs aren't going to be big enough. You're going to need some larger raptor eggs. Those really big eggs that you could make dozens of omelets out of.
You think we can talk to Ronan about seeing if we can find any Dodongo eggs or anything like that?
Oh, Dodongo would be wonderful. They're very, very resilient and high in calcium.
Yes, and I will also make sure that he charges you as well.
Oh, goodness.
Look, money is no object. If this little guy wants eggs, he's gonna get all the eggs he needs.
At some point, he's going to have to move to actual flesh, though. I think they're carnivorous. But
there's plenty of bokoblins around.
Actually. Don't eat the bokoblins!
Well, if they're doing bokoblin things, maybe, like not hunting them or like you're not feeding monsters to your dragon. We'll figure it out. Gods.
We do have a garden that will be supplying a surplus of food.
We don't know. We don't know how long-term exposure on a growing body. He's a growing boy.
Would magically enhanced food have consequences later on in life?
GMOs.
We'll look into it. Most likely, I think anything Chefos makes is perfectly fine. But we can go and speak to him.
We could consider things.
All right. I know what I need to do then. You see him start walking.
Wait, where are you going?
I'm gonna go talk to Chefos about planting eggs.
I mean, actually, I don't know if we still have eggs planted in the garden.
We do. Again, you seem to actually use your brain at the weirdest of times. If we get a Dodongo egg, we can plant that one too.
Oh.
Do Lizalfos have eggs?
Should I
talk to Halfin?
The only one that we could ask being Halfin would probably not be able to provide us with eggs.
You can always ask.
I mean, yes, we could always ask now that he can be an ambassador for his kind.
Vega seems extremely eager about this idea.
How about just before you leave another moment of your time, what are we to do with a home? If we're going to have a kingdom, we need to have a capital.
There are several good places for it. That being said, Father's I guess you would call it a fortress at the top of the mountain there could be a good start. Though I would not like to make a capital there. Most likely, a lot of the surrounding farmland that we do have would be used for city expansion. And I don't want to really get rid of all of it. I was thinking we either move things over to the city that currently has a strong reputation of villainy and change it from then on, or emotions to the area all the way up to the top middle of the map. You see that there is a section of mountains off to the east and west. To the eastern area, you would see that there is the lands that they will be taking, getting from the other demons off in that direction. But off to the west, you see them the mountain range that would be the area that your father's fort will be in. We can also just take this valley here between these mountains. It'll be close enough to our own family, but also close enough to the eastern regions to allow for quite a lot of transport and movement.
Oh, I see. Definitely putting it up to consideration.
It'd be a lot more protected than the strangeness that is here at Castletown, with the river and the forest just being off to the back of it.
Mm. I wonder, how big and grand should we make it?
Well, you don't hear the name Demon Kingdom and think something small, right?
Well, of course.
And the bigger the better.
I mean, it's going to have to be able to keep Hermes at least once he's fully grown.
Then we're all in agreement. We'll be sure to let our friends in Hyrule know. That way we can gather some resources and take full advantage of this little partnership we have.
I mean, I'm sure we can create an allegiance with the Gorons for the sake of demolition and construction.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. I talked to that one guy, he talks about bombs all the time.
And I say we have the startings here of a wonderful plan for expansion.
You see that your brothers are very much looking over the area. You find that as the three of you stare down toward the section of the map that is going to become your new kingdom, you think for a moment. As you do, it'll need a name. Can always name it after Dad.
Should we? I wouldn't really want to make that sort of decision for the people. There is such negative connotation calling ourselves demons. It is not a name that we had chosen for ourselves, is it? Were we always called demons?
I think. I don't know. The only one who would know that would be the one who made us, right?
I could ask Master Demise. Maybe get a little bit of his input. And I think at the end, should we not be able to come up with anything, this is a new age after all. The chance we can finally get to show everybody that a demon is not evil. It is just a name. We can redefine it. Give it new purpose.
If you are going to allow for the people to help choose the name, I doubt that we're going to get out of something like the Kingdom of Peace or something.
Oh no, that would be... It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Most of us would sort of start to go deeper into the, well, if you look at any of the tribe names, I'm sure you'll understand. Oh yeah, the Blood Tribe. There's also the Dark Rings. We have we have the Venomous.
I mean, a demon.
There can be a juxtaposition against the actions of our tribe and the namings.
I mean, the demons also share a tongue, do they not?
Oh yeah.
I'm aware. What do you call yourselves in your tongue?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Mouth open, scene fade to black.
Yeah, you hear it, and then like you hear several. It's impossible. But you hear trucks, and then he says, "But everyone calls me Dad."
I don't know what we call ourselves. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Find
It will
out
be-
Zelda Campaign 2.
Yeah.
it will be a question for Dompe. Master Dompe. I just noticed that I said demise by accident. Master Dompe.
I have an idea for a name.
You're not here. Get out of here.
Okay.
Oh, what are you thinking?
And he leaves.
I'll see you next game.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Why not go with Goetian?
The fuck's that mean?
You're a Goetian.
The Ars Goetia is the name of demons in the Book of Solomon. It's the book
That's pretty
they
good.
talk about.
That's pretty good.
Goetian.
Yeah, Goetian's pretty good, yeah.
Goetian sounds pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, we can.
It's
we can-
literally
It also
big
it
brain.
also sounds very the funny thing about it is it also sounds very Asian inspired, which again, a lot of the demon food that I showed other than Polo stuff is
Has
very
just been
Asian
Asian
inspired.
food.
I mean, it's Middle Eastern, but Far East, Middle East, it's just a matter of perspective.
Middle Eastern and Eastern is still Asian.
There's overlap. It's fine. Yeah, no, the Ars Goetia is a book. It's a whole thing. Anyway, Goetian.
I need to know how you spell that.
Goetion.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they
Also, the best part about this, hold on. Best part about
What
this,
is it?
it almost says goat.
Goatish, yeah.
Oh my god.
It could be that like they say that like again they never in their tongue they never called themselves demon, they called themselves Goetia, and then yeah, that goes into Goetian.
It's very funny.
They were always goats, baby. You're so good at this.
Was it always goats? Always has been.
We're not, but we're sheep.
Nah, terrible news.
It's like, but we're sheep. Polo. We're not either. We're demons.
Okay, keep up. Come on.
You need to stop depreciating yourself.
Anyway.
Anywho, moving on. That'll be a conversation with Dompe later.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll go to Ronan again. Again, this is the idea of either over the next few days or immediately if you wish, but any of those kind of things. What is your next thing you would like to go about with? By the way, looking at the time, I am super thinking we're still going to have another game next week.
Yeah.
All year long. But heckin'.
Yeah, I'm just chilling to listen right now, but like after that, I'm gonna probably go to sleep. Yeah, I would like to.
I don't
That's
unless you
fair.
guys literally have nothing to think of after this round. I think we're gonna be ending very soon.
Hmm.
I came here explicitly to fuck up your time zone. Sorry. Part of my evil plans. There we go.
Just like with me in Quiet March.
Because like it is currently 11:49. I think we'll get through what we have here potentially with Ronan, and then we'll try to come back next week.
Okay.
Then we can hold on the beautiful
if you
makeout
and
session
if you
between
can't-
Marco and
And if you can't think of anything at the moment, we could be good to just end right here and have it come back up next time with the ending of today being the understanding of the demons are now Goetians.
If they
I love lore.
if they want to change their name, that Polo's just like we've always been called demons, but demon's a slur, guys.
But who are we? Who are we really?
But what if demon is actually? Do we want to reclaim demon?
Reclaiming the D word.
Because it's that thing of like demons. Like yeah, it's our race, but people usually also call bad things demonic, and people call each other
it's a slur.
demons and stuff. So like
It's a slur now. Sorry.
It's like do we keep the G word, or do we call ourselves Romani now? Like
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, getting one last one in before this game.
Holy shit.
uh
Anyhow.
They can't cancel it. It's gonna end. So.
Yeah.
they can't cancel us. I didn't say the word. I didn't say shit. Romani's
Yeah.
the good word.
Whatever you
Fuck
heard, you put it in
It's
your
the
head.
good one.
Yeah, that's what they want to be
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, Fomal's right. If you heard the other word, it's your own fault.
Yeah, I
you
didn't
heard it
say
in your
shit.
head,
Fuck
Sonny.
you.
Reevaluate yourself.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Eric? Do we want to do something, or we want to hang up for next
I do
week?
want to do something.
Okay.
However, the first thing I wanted to do, I was gonna do a thing and then wait for the next one and do like the follow up to it. But the first thing isn't that like eventful. It's just kind of asking someone for a favor. So I'm wondering like if you want to like just fast track that part of it.
I don't really want to rush through anything, to be honest with you. Like right now we're doing like we have all the time in the world. Like having to rush.
You don't
is a
seem to
problem.
understand. We chillin'.
Okay.
Like I don't want to have you like just be like, oh, I'm gonna freaking.
Well, yeah. I just like to cap off the stream. I didn't know if it would be that like exciting or interesting, but
You never know. Do it.
Never know. Never know.
he would
Never know.
would he be able to catch Brock and Gorthos at the same time?
Sure.
Yeah or not?
I'd probably say so.
Why do you gotta do this to me? But all right.
I would say that over the course of the next like little while, you could definitely find both Brock and Gorthos doing their time to aid the people in collecting themselves and getting things settled. You guys might have either made a door to the base camp that's here to do such, or you could have met in a different place. But 100% you could find the both of them. And again,
like Castletown would probably be a good place for it, I imagine.
And again, the whole thing with Brock at the moment would just be mostly just him trying to figure out what he wants to do. So we don't need to go too heavily into that yet, unless we want to. But as far as Gorthos is concerned, Gorthos has probably been working nonstop the past little while to aid people since he doesn't have to sleep.
Oh, it was stuck inside. Wasn't caged for days. He must make up for it. Anyway.
Yeah, you'd be able to find the two of them messing about on the outskirts of Castletown.
Heck yeah. Hey, Brock. Can I get you for a sec?
Well, hello, Ronan. Of course. What do you need? Hold on. Let me just move this TV bar right here. There we go. All right, what you need?
I was wondering if you still had that shield. I know it got busted up by Ganon, but
Oh yeah, he pulls out the shield. A wee bit cracked, but hey,
It's about like cracked in like 4 different places, but it's somewhat together.
Well, it's still good, I think.
You could put like a rope around it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
you could
Well,
like
piece
melt.
of
You could like
glue,
melt some. You could like melt some metal or something in between the cracks and hope it works out.
I'm not that savvy on it, so I'm not sure. Why? What you need it for?
does the gem on it look like it's still like red and stuff?
Eric, you're the only one you're the only one's gonna understand this.
Yeah.
That one scene that everybody hates from Mest, where like it's the fantasy of like Urza thinking that like they're too young at that one point, and then they just see Mest like coming into frame.
Uh-huh.
Right here, whenever Brock's like, "Oh, I'm not the kind of person to really talk to about that," you just see Gorthos just looking in.
Just like hands on hips, just like
it's like, oh. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, does the gem still look like it's like still like red and still like functional-ish looking?
It does not look functional. As you look to it, it seems very much destroyed. The gem itself is cracked to an extent where it mostly just looks like slightly reddish glass at this point.
well, yeah, I think we'd survive another swing or two from Ganon if he was still alive. Yeah, I'm confident. He's not back, is he? You've been having a whole celebration about that.
I wonder. Kind of throws a wrench into what I was trying to do here. But I mean, it still looks nice.
Yeah, I'll say so. What's your scheming? What's your plan? Tell me. I want to be a part of it.
I wanted to ask Gorthos to help make something with it. And I was hoping that it might be functional, but I guess it doesn't really need to be.
Oh, you need to talk to him, all right. He turns to go yell, and Gorthos is already standing behind him.
Oh, hey.
Oh, sorry. He was looking at that shield. He's never seen it before.
Oh, yeah, we had it made while you were gone.
He'd be hurt if you were still around to be heard about that, but he was gone, yes.
He would have been the first person we went to, trust me. But,
I don't know, Gorthos,
yeah.
looking at it, seems pretty busted up, and like at this point, like I mean, it's pretty bad off. But a different person made it though, so it's probably great.
Well, it is immaculate and nigh perfect in its construction, so perhaps there could be something still used with it.
I wonder. This might not work, but it's worth a shot. He wants to take out his violin.
Before you do, I will also
yeah.
remind you, because you guys never ended up using it, but you do know where another one of those gems are.
Myra has it.
No,
Myra's got destroyed.
Oh.
the one you guys put in the oasis.
Oh.
Right. That was Gallen's grandma's, but I'm sure she'll be fine with us cutting it to pieces.
I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to go and find another one that would be functional for the same purpose you're wanting to do, that would probably be it.
Oh yeah, she'd probably be great with it. No, he doesn't believe so. Very ornery,
like a little piece of it. Should probably be fine, right?
Just had to shave
What?
off a little bit from her.
What are you trying to accomplish, Ronan? Besides gather the ire of a powerful witch.
I wanted to make something for Obra.
He just like is already like leaning down next to you. He's like, go on.
Remember
What kind of thing?
you made for Gallen that one time?
Yes.
Like,
Quite a hassle, that one. Well, Gorthos was not aware of the Zora taking up that tradition.
oh well, I mean, I saw it and I thought, well, I mean, that seems like the thing to do.
He gently puts a hand on you. You're in good hands, Ronan. Fear not. Do you need it to be magical?
I don't. It doesn't need to be. I just thought it might be extra nice if it was.
Then it needs to be magical. We will get to work on this.
Well, I was gonna try this real quick. Maybe this can help. I don't. Maybe not, but we'll see.
Really? This? Well,
1 second. Before you do that as well, I do have to do one more thing.
Oh yeah, I guess they are sticking around more often.
You would find as soon as you bring your violin out, oh, Ronan, are you going to be playing a song?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna try to see if I can't fix up this here thing or make it at least work again.
Oh, whatsoever for?
Gorthos whispers, he wants a ring for Obara. Brock whispers that.
Looks over to Brock, looks over to you, Ronan, steps forward, looks at the cracked gems there. I do agree that this would be a wonderful present, Ronan. It'd be very functional. I think that that's wonderful that you want to protect them.
I sense a but coming.
Well, I mean, functionality is always grand and all. And
Exactly.
if you talk to Gorthos here, he will most likely want to make Ober a strong enough item that will cause her to be the strongest witch in all the lands.
It will cast the spell that Galen did, but it
See?
won't kill anyone.
Let's
Yes,
not do
this
that
is
one.
doable.
But
Oh,
there's more to especially that kind of gift than functionality.
Oh, I'm
I'm-
aware. But
This
no.
thing here, what does this gem mean to you?
I mean,
Is it something that you think Obera will look to and think of you?
no. You got a good point.
They put their hand on you. As they do. Ronan, I believe that your songs have much power, and you can do many great things with them. But I think that if you think on it a little bit, if you don't think of how well you can make an item be functional or protect them, you can instead think of somewhere else that song can be played that would make something a lot more personal between you and them. I think that song you are going to play, if you were to play it somewhere else, somewhere that means a lot to the two of you, at a place that maybe you're very intimate with, you'll find a much grander gem that you can use.
You know what? I think you are exactly right.
And then when you get that, you can return here and I will talk him out of putting a laser inside of it.
but it would be so fantastical. It'd be really fun to see. And hopefully no one would die using it like Galen did. That was pretty brutal.
He will not put a laser in it.
They are both ejected.
I will be right back. I know just the place.
Ronan, you begin to run off toward, I think I know where, but would you like to tell
I
people?
think you do. He'll go off to Obera's little cove.
You make your way through the doorway that would take you away from this place. You would rush off into the other one that would take you over to the river domain. You would pass by all of the others on your way to the river, to the section you know to jump down into. You swim yourself as quickly as you can in the direction, not caring who all is around. As you do, you bring yourself into the cove, the place that you and Obera were able to be around each other, the place that she grew up around her entire life, the place that she felt comfortable and alone and secure, the place that had all of those gems all about throughout the area. All the sparkling in the waters and all of the, from your perspective, extreme magic of the place. This was one of them. There was another one in my mind as well.
Oh.
This is a good one, though. As you make your way there, there is no one here at the moment.
I think he'd look around for a good one. A good one size-wise for this purpose.
Mm-hmm. You take one of these stones from this place, you bring it into your hand, you look to it, you find that it is extremely bright. While you can definitely feel magic has aided in its growth and magic has been around it its entire cycle, you don't feel something powerful from it, but you feel something much more important. You look to it, and as you do, you are immediately reminded of your first time here. The feelings that you had whenever Obera shared this place with you. And then that song happens. Sorry about
Don't hit the back button on the playlist.
that. You have a stunning gem inside your hand.
And he will put that away. He will tuck that away in his pocket or his armor, whatever. And he will make his way back as quickly as he can.
As you would rush back, you would bring the gem into view of the three of them who would be waiting for you. Zelda would be reprimanding the two of them about putting giant lasers inside of jewelry that is meant to be extensions of love and not combat.
The line between those things is fine. I understand.
You will not be giving me anything like that.
You don't need anything like that. You are a goddess.
If I got a rupee for every time a hero came to me asking for matrimonial jewelry with a laser in it, I'd have 2 rupees.
Which is weird that it's happened twice.
You would rush there. You would see the looks of the three of them. You would find that there is a very happy look from Zelda as they look to you. You would see that Ronan and you would see that Gorthos and Brock would look to it as well. It is a wonderful size for what you think you can go on for. And as we see Ronan bringing this piece there, and as Gorthos, you get the idea for what you can make it through into, and again, limit your want to create it as to being the most powerful witch aiding device you've ever seen. And as Brock looks to this gem in front of them, something that they've never seen before in their short time of life, knowing that Ronan just went out and found something this beautiful, noting that there is things out there that are as beautiful as that, Brock seeing the world through Ronan's eyes, holding this thing out in front of them. I think that with all of that and the idea that this will be made into something potentially grand, I think that's a good thing and a good time to end things off for the day.
Yeah.
Aww.
Gorthos is about to clear his fucking schedule for reconstruction.
Look at you, Mr. It Be Quick. It's only like your friends were here for you, dipshit.
Whenever you said it'd be quick, I'm sitting there like, no, nuh-uh. We're not just sliding over shit. I have so many things in my brain for certain things that are gonna fucking just break you guys. Nuh-uh. No sliding.
Yeah, I came here to hurt you.
Break us.
I went through before all this. We're still recording. I went through before all of this, and I went to every single NPC that I could think of that has any interactions with all of you, and I came up with things that they can say. So if I don't use half of them, that's fine with me. But we're not skipping over any of them.
Good. So I know exactly who I want to go talk to next. It's not who we think it is.
I have considered every single body. So.
But yes, we are going to end things here for the night. We are going to come back next week with some more of our finale here, with some more of our cleanup game, our trying to get through every last bit of cuteness that we possibly can stand, because this game deserves it.
Yeah.
This game will not end in a flash. It will end in a flame. It will burn as long as we want it to, as long as we push forward with it. And then it will go to its embers whenever we're good and ready. All that being said, my dudes, until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.